Paoli, the natural way to good health. Smithville, now offering DSL service to customers and fast internet service. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, Jasper, and Paoli. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco Highway 145 in French Lick. And by Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street in Orleans. And now let's take you courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kevin Terrell.
From the Doghouse, the gymnasium at Orleans High School and the Dogwood capital of Indiana, this is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball, where tonight these two longtime combatants renew rivalries once again as they go at it in this Orange County and Conference affair. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell for the 90th meeting between these two schools in varsity boys action. It couldn't be a whole lot closer. Orleans with the edge at 45-44, but they had to win 30 straight games to take the lead from the Hawks. Only until last year when Valley was able to overcome a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit and pull out an overtime win over the Bulldogs did they finally bid sayonara to that ugly, ugly streak. Tonight they'll try to end another one. It has not been since December 4th of 1998 since a boys varsity team from Valley have tasted victory here on this particular floor. It's a streak that extends now through 13 games. But from the Orleans side, not only are they looking to make it 2-0 on the year and pick up their first conference win, they have a chance to deliver for their longtime head coach, Tom Bradley, his 300th career coaching win. So certainly, Kevin Terrell, a lot at stake here tonight for both these squads.
Always a big game when these two teams hook it up here in Orange County, but I'll tell you what, Mike, all that history lesson aside that you just eloquently ran through, nobody cares about that tonight as far as the kids on the floor. History means nothing to them. They care about beating their friends, beating their rivals, and having bragging rights here in Orange County. That's what the Springs Valley is trying to do. That's what the Dogs want to do. The Doghouse tonight is as packed as I've seen it in years. You've got the Orleans student section in the Army fatigues, Springs Valley student section in the Hawaiian shirts. It's going to be a battle of epic proportions. Let's bring it on.
All righty. That was your best Dick Vitale.
Hey, I'm ready for some hoops. I haven't been on the air in 10 days. Let's go, baby.
All righty. Maybe we'll have a couple of diaper dandies.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Both teams coming off wins that were closer than expected, at least in my book. Both teams have had much time to prepare. They've thought about this game all summer long, you know it. And for the seniors, they've dreamed about it their entire basketball careers. It's going to be a big night here for no matter what happens. Should be a lot of fun here in the Doghouse tonight.
Springs Valley and Orleans getting set to renew rivalries here at the Doghouse. When we come back, we'll hear from both of our coaches on both the Springs Valley and Orleans basketball reports. Michael Leitsman will be first, and he'll join us after this break. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
Hi, this is Lynn at Reeser Chiropractic Center. When was the last time you saw your chiropractor? Been a while? It's time to make another appointment. Good health is an everyday concern. It's something that should be worked at. Dr. Lolita is just the person to advise and help you with your own personal health care plan. She's an expert on prevention and good health. Make an appointment today. Call Reeser Chiropractic Center at 812-723-2277.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leachman as the Blackhawks go on the road to face county and conference rival Orleans. Well, Coach, a nice way to start the season. 7-point victory over Mitchell the Tuesday prior to Thanksgiving. Just talk a little bit about how you felt the kids played for their first game of the year.
Besides our shooting problems, we didn't shoot the ball very well. But besides that, I thought we had good effort. We rebounded really well, and I thought our passing was really good. On 16 made field goals, we had 11 assists. We had really good scoring balance. We had one player with 10. I think it was 10, 9, 8, 6, 6, 4. Just right down the line. So we had a lot of good balance, and we have a lot of guys who can contribute and make plays for us. So that's nice to have that because you're going to have some off nights, and it's nice that we have guys that can step up and make plays for us when some guys are having off nights.
I asked you this in Sports Chat on Wednesday night, but just go over kind of the ebb and flow through the first three quarters. It just seemed like neither team could get ahead of the other. You try to maybe get out by a few. Mitchell would come back, or Mitchell would get a 1 or 2 point lead, and you battle back. It really wasn't until the fourth quarter that you kind of got that separation.
Yeah, we tell the kids all the time, basketball is a game of runs. We're going to make a run, they're going to make a run. It's a very back and forth sport. And that first half, it was, I think we got it up to maybe 6 or 8 point lead, but then Mitchell climbed back into it. We were just never able to go on a big run to kind of separate ourselves, and same for them. They weren't able to put together a big run. So it was a grinded out game, and I think with both teams shooting as poorly as we did, I think that was the main reason why it was just such a grind-out game. But that fourth quarter, after the first three quarters where it was a 1 point game, that fourth quarter we were able to switch our defense up a little bit and keep them out of the paint. And I think that made a big difference. We were able to get a few stops in a row, and then we finally started capitalizing on the offensive end that fourth quarter.
What had to be pleasing was the fact that you had different guys step up at different times. Christian, big quarters in the first and third. Zach hit a couple big three-pointers for you in the second. And then, Ryan Tao really kind of took things over there in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Ryan Tao and Zach, as seniors this year, they both played significant minutes last year for us, but this year as seniors, that we've asked them to increase their role. They need to look for their offense more, and they're both very capable scorers. They have a lot of skill and a lot of really good work ethic, and I think they showed that first night against Mitchell. Zach had a big game for us. He scored 8 points, and Ryan Tao hit some huge shots for us that fourth quarter, and I think he had 9 or 10 points that game. So, as seniors, they stepped up on the road and made big plays for us, and I thought Christian was played a really good game the whole game, but he had a really good first quarter and really good third quarter. He's a really good shooter, and he struggled shooting the ball, but the good thing about Christian is he's not just a shooter. I think last year he was kind of labeled as just a shooter. I think he proved that first game of the year that he's not just a shooter, he's a scorer for us, because he was able to score 11 points for us that night and didn't hit any threes. So he's improved in that area a lot, and Zach and Ryan have continued to improve and step up as seniors.
I asked this of Coach Bradley. I'll extend the same question to you here in the early part of the season as you look to extend your bench and you're looking at guys that haven't had the significant amounts of varsity time, looking for the proper rotations. Is that just simply going to take some time?
It does. We always have an idea in our head of what we want to do, but that could change from game to game. Maybe the game doesn't go as what we thought it would go like, and we have to make different adjustments. But I think we have 8-9 guys right now that can help us and contribute. Our bench, besides Trenton, our bench doesn't have a whole lot of varsity experience, but they're smart basketball players. They're hard workers, and they'll adjust the game quickly. I think we are deep. I think we have 4 guys there on the bench that can really help us. We have 3 full-time varsity players, and for a 1A school to have 3 varsity players, that's helpful. It's nice to have that depth, and it's nice to have that depth on the JV team as well, that we can do that. We can have 8 guys just doing varsity only.
Coach, 10 days between games here, so other than, and of course we go into the first back-to-back of many over the course of the year, but other than the preparation maybe for Springs Valley, was there anything specific you worked on during this extended layoff?
As coaches, we try to not get so caught up in our opponent. We want to have a good game plan. We want to scout as much as possible and make sure we're prepared, make sure our kids are prepared. But we also need to make sure we take care of Springs Valley first and make sure that we're where we need to be. And after watching the film, I thought on film we looked better than what I thought we did during the game. But there were still a lot of improvements that we needed to make. Just very easy things to correct too. So we really drilled that this week in practice. We kept emphasizing rebounding. That's going to be a key for us this year, and taking care of the basketball. Those are things that we do every day. And then we also work on things that we notice in the film that we need to improve on. And we focus more on ourselves during the week than we do other teams. But day before a game, we like to really dig into our opponent and kind of make sure our kids are prepared for what they might see.
You had an opportunity on Saturday to see Orleans in their first game. What impressed you?
The same thing that always impresses me about Orleans. They're disciplined. They're very patient. They know how they want to play, and they play that way. It's hard for you to come in there and disrupt them because they are so well coached, and they are relentless in that. They're going to do what they want to do, and you've got to go in there and beat them. I thought Crowsville played a really good game. Crowsville's got a talented team this year, and Orleans was still able to do the things they wanted to do despite Crowsville's talent, and they were able to pull that game out. But they're really well coached. They're a really good shooting team. I know they struggled to shoot the ball their first game as well, but they're a good shooting team, and they're a really good screening team. They set really good screens, and they slip screens really well. That's something that stuck out to me the most in watching them over the years. And they're hard-nosed. They're going to play hard. They're going to play smart. We just have to play harder and play smarter. It's easier said than done, but I think we have the kids that are capable of giving that effort, and we have high basketball IQ players on this team that help a lot.
Can you specifically boil it down to a few keys that'll be important for the guys to do?
Yeah, I think every game it comes down to taking care of the basketball. They took care of the basketball their first game. We took care of the basketball our first game. Comes down to rebounding. We're about the same size as them. They're not a big team. We're not a big team. So it should be even. It's just who wants it more out there tonight. And then the other one is just controlling the tempo. I think that's going to be a big thing. They have a certain way they want to play. We have a certain way we want to play. And that goes for all basketball games. If you can make the other team play your style, that benefits you. If they make you play your style, their style, then that's a disadvantage. So, controlling the tempo is going to be key. And then rebounding, taking care of the basketball. And then it always comes down to effort.
All right, and Coach, as a final thought, history doesn't hit shots for you. It doesn't play defense. It doesn't create turnovers. But at the same time, it's been a while since a Valley team has gone up to Orleans and won in their building. Is that something the kids maybe are aware of?
We're not going to talk about that. I think they're probably aware that it's been a while since they've had success at Orleans, and Orleans is a tough place to play. I played there when I was in high school, and it was never easy to come out there with a win. But just like a lot of road games, we're going to be challenged. It's going to be tough, but I think our kids know that. They know it's going to be tough, and we're willing to stick with each other and play through it and stay together during that. And I think that will help us in the long run.
All right, hopefully that all plays out. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And this has been the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leitzman as the Blackhawks go on the road to face Orleans. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School Basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
This is the Orleans Basketball Report with head coach Tom Bradley as the Bulldogs play host to county and conference rival Springs Valley. Well, Coach, as we go back to last Saturday, opening the season, you may not get any style points for the win, but the fact is you did get the win, and that's what has to be important.
Well, yeah, it was. And, we did some nice things, Mike. Neither team shot the ball very well. I think if you would have said that both teams were shooting 45% or something like that, it had been a very, very well-played game because turnovers were low, and I think the only negative for both teams was we didn't shoot the ball very well.
You look at this game and see that there were some 63 free throw shot. You actually doubled it up on Crothersville, going to the line 42 times. Just talk about how that came about.
Well, with our offense this year, we're running a little bit of a different offense, and we do a lot more dribble penetration. And I know that was had some effect on it, Mike, as us being able to get to the line that way. But the overtime part, once we got our lead, we held the ball, and when we were able to do that, they had to foul, and so probably, I can't remember exactly what it was, Mike. It was 12, something like that, 14 free throws in the overtime. So that was a big part of it.
Got a lot of good balance from the team. Duncan Gherkin leading the way, and I'm sure you like guys that, with him being a senior and a 3-year veteran of the varsity, that when the game is on the line to kind of go in there and take charge.
He wants the ball. I mean, he's played enough basketball games that he realizes that he's the man right now for us at the end of the contest, and so he wants the ball, and he usually makes pretty good decisions with it. He's a pretty good shooter from outside, plus he can take the ball to the rim, and we like him in the fact that he can draw other people to him and be able to kick for shooters. So he's got to play that way. I mean, he's our veteran. He's the guy that we got to lean on.
You have 4 or 5 guys that have significant varsity experience, or at least more than the others. But again, as you try to extend your bench and then also to find the right rotations and the combinations, is that just something that'll simply take time?
It will. It's going to take a while, obviously, because we got so many choices this year. It's really nice. We got choices for a couple of juniors that can play for us, sophomores, and we got 3 or 4 little freshmen that can come in there and play for us. So it's just all going to kind of work its way out in practice and also in game experience, and we find out that which ones of them are best well-suited as those role players. But it's nice to have that many people to choose from.
Anything else from that Crothersville game that stood out that you thought the guys did well?
I don't know about well. After watching the tape, I had a whole page of comments that we talked about to them of defensive things that we didn't do very well. And so we talked about those quite a bit. And our quick shots, we took some shots that I thought were way too quick. And so we worked on that this week, so hopefully we've improved.
All right, you get ready for Springs Valley now, and of course we talked about this on Saturday. You have all your conference games on Friday. Those are the most important ones, even though we've got a big game looming up with Bar Reeve on Saturday. But just talk a little bit about the approach to the week.
Well, this week we try to correct some of our mistakes that we made in the Crothersville game. Really worked hard at those things. We're trying to pick up our intensity. At times I think we're just a little too soft. We got to be able to rebound with a little pressure on us. We can't get just shoved under the rim and that kind of thing. And we're really just not allowing mistakes without us saying something about them. It's been a week of every time we've made a mistake, or maybe we're not playing as hard as we needed to be, particular players, we've been letting everybody know that. I think that's what you got to do. I think it's something that if you allow those kind of things to happen, they'll continue and become habits. And so we really worked hard on basically our game. I mean, Springs Valley's played one game. Who's to say what they're going to play against us on Friday night? Maybe something totally different. I'm sure we got a lot of things that we haven't shown yet either. So we're not too concerned about preparation there, other than the fact that the things that we looked at Mitchell and said, well, they did these things well, then obviously we mentioned those.
I'll elaborate a little bit. I know you had a chance to watch them in that Mitchell game, and what stood out for you?
I thought their guards, especially, they don't have but a couple bigger players, obviously, but their guards rebound the ball really well. They crashed the offensive glass hard, and one thing that I wrote down on the scouting report was that. I looked at Coach Stroud's scouting report from the JV last year, and that's what he had down. And a lot of those guys were on that undefeated team last year that they had on the JV, and so I think that's something that really stood out to me. was how well that they rebound the basketball, and they got a lot of different guys that could score. Maybe they didn't show it as much in this game that we saw at Mitchell, but got a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket. So matchup-wise, I think we'll be pretty good. They got two bigger kids, and the rest of them are about our size.
Anything else that you're looking for out of the guys to do tonight? Just
come and enjoy, and it should be fun because it should be a pretty good crowd, and I know it'll be loud in here, and we want to take advantage of that the best we can to be a home conference game.
And as a final thought, I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up, at least from the fan standpoint. I don't know if coaches and players think about it, but the game from last year and what happened in it, can you use that as any incentive here tonight?
Well, the only thing we mentioned was after the ball game the other night that we let one get away from us last year, and let's not go through that situation again. And it hasn't been mentioned since. We're playing for ourselves to get better. I shouldn't have to mention to them who we're playing. They know who we're playing. They know it's a conference game, so we don't override that too much, Mike. We just go out and try to play well, and sometimes you can get too hyped up, as you are well aware. So we just go out and take care of our business, and we'll see what happens.
Let's hope that does happen then. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.
And this has been the Orleans Basketball Report with head coach Tom Bradley as the Bulldogs take on Springs Valley. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School Basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lake.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lake, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
A dandy on tap tonight as Springs Valley and Orleans, both 1-0, get set to renew rivalries. Michael Leachman in his second year, Tom Bradley in his 19th year, gunning for his 300th career coaching win. A victory, though, for the Blackhawks would not only even the overall series, but Valley's record here at the Dog House. Springs Valley and Orleans set to go a couple of minutes from now. We'll have the lineups and first quarter play-by-play when we come back. You're listening to Springs Valley and Orleans High School Basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Landis Insurance Agency in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 32-ounce fountain drinks are just 79 cents every day. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Bulldog Sports. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and deck batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
Hawks and Dogs here and set to go at it here in Orleans. We're ready to take a look at the lineups for the contest. Here to give us the rundown, our very own Kevin Carroll.
Thank you, Mike. Springs Valley on the road tonight in what has been a house of horrors for the Blackhawk program. As we've mentioned in the pregame a couple of different times, we've not won here in a very long time. We've lost 13 in a row in this building. We'll see if the Hawks can change that tonight. Starting for them, Jackson Land, 5'11" and a junior. For Springs Valley gets to start up front with 6'3" senior Braden Whitaker, who's looking to have a big game in his senior season against the Dogs. Ryan Tao, 6'4" and a senior, starts up front with him. The backcourt, Christian Tucker, 5'9" and a junior, and 5'9" senior Zach Carnes wants to send his career against Orleans out with a bang. We'll see if Zach can pull that off. Michael Leitsman in his second year at 15-10 as coach of the Hawks. For the homestanding Dogs, 1-0. They start this way. Cooper Stalker, 6'2" and a senior. Cooper's up front joined by Dylan Johnson, 6'2", 200 pounds and a senior. His bulk up front will be a problem for the Hawks tonight, potentially. The backcourt, Owen Ray, 6 foot and a senior. Isaac Moore, 5'8" and a junior, just 135 pounds for Isaac. He'll match up well in the smaller backcourt each team has. And then their premier player, Duncan Gerken, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Duncan's been through the wars. He wants to have another big game and avenge that loss in his junior year and make sure Springs Valley continues to lose on his home floor. We mentioned Tom Bradley in the pregame show. He's looking for career win number 300 tonight. He's lifetime 30-2 against Springs Valley, and if he can pull off number 300, he'll be the 44th active coach in Indiana to do so. What an atmosphere tonight. Orange County basketball at its very best. Southern Indiana basketball at its best. Hoosier hysteria alive and well here in Orange County tonight. And here to bring you the play-by-play of these two long-standing rivals, the Natalie attired Mike Hamilton.
All right, Kevin Terrell, thank you very much. Hello again, everyone, as Ryan Tao out-jumps Owen Ray on the tap. The Hawks are in black. Orleans is in white as Valley goes right to left here in the first half. They work it in low to Christian Tucker. Takes it out to the wing to Braden Whitaker. Drives it into the lane, dumps it off to Ryan Tao for a little up and under move, and Valley is on the board first.
Nice move by Whitaker, not to settle for the jumper, to take it hard to the rim, draw the defense, and dump it with a nice pocket pass to Tao for the easy one.
And stepping out of bounds was Owen Ray on the near sideline. Valley extending their defensive pressure, and Owen wasn't sure where he was. And one of the Chrismans, we've got Mark and Kevin out there, and we'll get the third official here momentarily. But for now, first turnover on the first Orleans possession. Valley has it. Ryan Tao had a big fourth quarter. The Dogs were able to pull away against Mitchell. Now Braden Whitaker spots up for a three. No good. Rebound to Ryan Tao. And we're going to get an Orleans foul here, I believe, as somebody pushed up off on Ryan, and they're going to get Dylan Johnson for the game's first foul from Orleans.
Dogs opened up man-to-man as expected. Valley played that first possession in a 1-3-1 zone. I think you'll see more variety defensively from the Hawks than you will the Bulldogs, but we'll see.
Here is Tao, deep on the right wing. Clears it up top now to Carnes. Jack moves it to the left. Top of the key to Tao. Around to Tucker. Over to Jackson Land, his first touch. Free throw line now to Whitaker. fakes against Owen Ray, takes him in, throws up a wild shot, no good. Braden fell down, no call. Here come the Dogs. In the open court is Gherkin, lost the handle, ball loose, finally picked up by Dylan Johnson. Off to Gherkin, who launches a three and buries it.
Cannot do that at all in a 1-3-1 zone. Gherkin found the open spot as we scrambled around for the loose ball, didn't get recovery in time, and Gherkin knocks home the wide open jumper.
And a minute and a half in, Orleans has their first lead of the contest. Oh, nice move. Christian Tucker around his man. Oh, the official started to go up for the foul. Didn't call it, but Christian with a layup. And now we've got an official's timeout as Cooper Stalker needs to tie his shoe. That time, Tucker just from the wing beat Isaac Moore off the dribble.
Springs Valley, that high offense that we started to go through this summer, joined by Illinois coach Brad Underwood, as where Coach Leisman was able to pick that up. Opens up driving lanes for the wings when you play your center up above the foul line, and that time Orleans had no help. And he was able to drive it all the way in for the layup. Two good early possessions for the Hawks.
Bounce pass left wing, Stalker. Cross courts it to Moore. Down to the corner it goes to Ray. Owen brings it out to the perimeter. Near the 10-second line, maintains the dribble. Token pressure on him from Ryan Tao. Now picks up the dribble. Gives way to Johnson. Sends it left wing now to Moore. Isaac Moore, a couple of dribbles. Backs it back out. Picks up the dribble again, and finally the safety valve is Owen Ray inside the center jump circle.
1-3-1 zone with Tao at the top could be problems for Orleans' smaller guards.
Here is, they get it around to Duncan Gherkin, and he pops yet another three.
Nice job in the slot there. They just stepped up to the open area. Orleans getting the job done against that 1-3-1. Hawks going to have to reevaluate how they're trying to cover that.
So again, good ball movement. Gherkin with the wide open look, and he's 2 for 2 from downtown, and Orleans up 6-4. Howe squares up, hands off to Whitaker. Looks to penetrate, lost the handle, got it back, still on the dribble, drives it all the way in, scoops it up, scores! Counted and one.
Right now the Dogs cannot guard Springs Valley off the dribble as Whitaker, even though he had a little case of the mishandles there, was able to gather himself, maintain his composure, go hard to his left hand and get it off the glass for the chance for the and one. And then Orleans is so far shredding the 1-3-1 of Valley. Both teams struggle to score in their openers, but right now they're handling things and handling it well.
Free throw by Whitaker, around, would not drop. Dylan Johnson rebounds it. Valley only shot 54% from the line in their game against Mitchell. Gherkin ahead now to Ray, who gets it across the 10-second line. Beats it in low to Stalker. Little jump hook around, got the roll. Good start for Orleans.
Yeah, after shooting it abysmally against Crothersville the other night, they're 3 for their first 3 and playing well on the offensive end.
Back to a 2-point Orleans lead, 8-6, 4:40 to go opening quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Rising up is Ryan Tao for a 15-footer, no good. And the nice save by Duncan Gherkin took it away from Jackson Land. Dogs run the floor. Ray clears it away to Moore. Out between the circles. Christian Tucker comes out to defend. The
Hawks have went man-to-man here. They've gotten out of that 1-3-1. Coach not waiting any time at all. They don't want to give up any more wide-open threes to Gherkin if he can help it.
Moore at the point. On the hole, clears it away to Dylan Johnson. Squares up against Whitaker. Turns all the way around. Gives off now to Gherkin. Christian Tucker all over him. Now Gherkin to the foul line. Pull up 15-footer and make it 3 for 3.
The Valley killer, Duncan Gherkin, on fire early. He's got a big number, 8 already, and Orleans up 4.
Here's Tucker out of the corner. His 3 rattles the rim and pops out. And here come the Dogs now as Gherkin into the front court. Drives it on land. Pull up 15-footer. He's feeling it. Missed it that time, so it came up short. Whitaker the rebound. Off to Tucker. Christian roars it up the floor. Takes it all the way to the goal and missed the layup. Oh, my goodness. Tom Bradley upset. Orleans, his team, allowed a driving layup, but Michael Leachman even more frustrated that Tucker did not finish. Gherkin lost the handle. Now they're going to say it was knocked away from him by Jackson Land and out of bounds.
Boy, Orleans excels on that little man play right there. They run the ball screen to the side, but their guards have always loved to turn the screen down and go baseline with a clear out is happening. Gherkin particularly loves that. Almost got all the way to the rim. Valley lucky to get a hand on it.
Moore off the inbounds. Off the wing. Hands off now to Owen Ray. Valley has made their first substitution of the game as Cole Cooper has checked in. Cole, 5'10 junior, 4 points per contest.
And yet another defensive change, 2-3 zone look this time as Coach Leitsman is pulling out all the stops, so they've thrown a variety of looks. The kitchen sink of defenses, everything he's got at Tom Bradley's Orleans Ball Club.
Here's Dylan Johnson, wing jumper from 10 off the back iron. And the rebound pulled out of there now by Jackson Land. He'll get it ahead now to Cooper, who drives in, puts up the shot. Good! It'll count and a foul. What a job by Cole Cooper, who took it right at Dylan Johnson, stopped just in front of him, and popped it, got it to go. They'll actually put the foul on Cooper Stalker, which is his first of the contest. Count the basket for Cole Cooper as he gets his first field goal. The Hawks have their first bench points of the night, and a chance for Valley to pull back within a point with 2:38 to go in the opening quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Free throw no good, and Valley now 0 for 2 at the line. 10-8, Dogs with the early advantage. 8 of those 10 have come from their star, Duncan Gherkin. Owen Ray on the dribble out front against Carnes. Takes him off the dribble, and Zach bumped him on the drive before the shot, and that is Valley's first foul of the night. It'll be out of bounds now to the Bulldogs. Duncan Gherkin will trigger it in, baseline.
Got to watch Gherkin get the ball back in whatever play they run.
Stalker to Owen Ray.
Here he is.
And a tip pass picked up by Duncan, drives to the wing, pulls up for a 12-footer, and pops it again.
Well, Orleans just very prepared for the 2-3 zone look that the Hawks did on the out-of-bounds play. Got the ball to their best player, and Gherkin is absolutely torturing Springs Valley once again.
Yep. 4 out of 5 now from the field. Trenton McElfresh is into the game now for the first time. The 5'10 senior at 3 points in outing. Here's Christian Tucker, slides off the screen, looking to get open for a 3, drives it to the baseline, and he's called for traveling. Yep, took an extra step as his momentum carried him. And that will prompt another change as Michael Leitsman will pull Christian and Jackson Land back in. So it's Cooper, Carnes, McElfresh, Whitaker, and Land on the floor. Tom Bradley countering with Owen Ray, Isaac Moore, Cooper Stalker, Dylan Johnson, and Duncan Gherkin. He has yet to make a change. Here's Gherkin against Whitaker, down to the corner to Stalker. He drives down the lane, throws up an off-balance runner, no good. Tipped around, grabbed by Stalker, blocked away by Whitaker, and Jackson Land comes out of there with it. Valley down 4 is Land, tried to go coast to coast, and low to Cooper, who got hammered, no call. And now what do we have? Finally a whistle, and they are going to put the foul here on Orleans. They're going to nail Dylan Johnson on the foul. That'll be his second. Boy, it looked like Cole Cooper got body slammed to the floor that time. They didn't call it.
I didn't think he did. I thought it was clean upstairs. Cooper Stalker hustled back and kept his Valley's fast break from able to convert a bucket. Good play, I thought, by Stalker.
So the Hawks get it 14 fouls. Pull up 3 by Jackson Land. No good. Rebound McElfresh. Back up. Wouldn't go. And the rebound tapped around, and a whistle and a foul here on Springs Valley as they would not relinquish on the pressure. Unable to connect on 2 point-blank shots. And eventually the foul's going on, I believe they put it on Trenton McElfresh. They've got 14 on the board, but there is no 14 for Springs Valley. So I assume closest one would be Trenton McElfresh. So for now, we'll put that on there. Now Braden Whitaker will get a rest. Ryan Tao back in. 12-8 Bulldogs. 1:12 to go. Now they're going to confer here to see who picked up the foul. And
yeah, you
they are going to say it is on
right.
McElfresh. Yeah.
In the meantime, Carter Whitfield checks in for Orleans as Tom Bradley goes to his bench.
Yep, and also John Love has entered the lineup. John, a 6-foot sophomore to a game. Whitfield, 5'11 junior, had 5 in the opening game.
First time these kids have been a part of this rivalry on the varsity level. See how they can handle their nerves and jitters as they play in this raucous atmosphere with about 95% full here tonight. It is crowded and it is fun.
Gherkin with the ball deep on the right wing. Jackson Land defends, looks to beat him off the dribble, and Jackson bumped him on his drive to the goal.
Well, that's why they're playing so much zone varieties because they fear they can't stay with Gherkin off of the dribble. He's going to get them in foul trouble. That's the fear. They tried to play man that time. Now they switch back to the 2-3 zone and the zone under. Orleans has long been graded out of bounds underneath. You got to be careful.
Comes into Ray. He'll spot up for a three. Left it short. Rebound to Zach Carnes. 1-on-3. Skips it to Land out of the corner to Carnes. Moves it around to Cooper. Can't get the shot off. Almost threw it away. Picked up by Zach Carnes. And with 25 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, Michael Eastman says let's play for the final shot.
A little bit of a mismatch up front. Carnes being guarded by the longer and slower Cooper Stalker. Let's see if maybe Zach tries to get to the rim.
10 seconds to go. Zach maintains the dribble just inside the center jump circle. Now sends a pass left wing to Land. Back to Zach for three. It is no good. Ball tapped around. 1 second to go, and that'll do it for the opening quarter of play. Pretty good so far after 8 minutes on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. 12-8, Orleans leading Springs Valley. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
Hi, this is Lynn at Reeser Chiropractic Center. When was the last time you saw your chiropractor? Been a while? It's time to make another appointment. Good health is an everyday concern. It's something that should be worked at. Dr. Lolita is just the person to advise and help you with your own personal health care plan. She's an expert on prevention and good health. Make an appointment today. Call Reeser Chiropractic Center at 812-723-2277.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gathering. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event. You can rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans. Call 865-1313, 865-1313. Back at the Doghouse in Orleans, second quarter gets underway. Orleans with the basketball. They also have a 4-point lead thanks to Duncan Gherkin's 8 first quarter points. Good rotation against this Valley zone. Owen Ray has it out front. The Bulldogs being very patient with the basketball. Ray moves it to the left wing, comes back off to Gherkin, well out beyond the arc, won't take it there. Isaac Carnes is checked in now for Valley for the first time, 5'10 junior. As there's a tip pass stolen away by Jackson Land. Jackson ups the right side, slows it down, clears it away to Whitaker. Braden goes back to Jackson down to the right corner. Free throw line to Ryan Tao. Hands off now to Whitaker. Braden with the three, no good. Ryan Tao the rebound. Back to Whitaker. He's open, 18-footer. Rattles the rim and drops through.
Good job, Braden's got to keep shooting the ball. We need his offensive production if we're going to be able to manufacture enough points to have a chance to win it. Now with Carnes in the game, Isaac Carnes, the 3-2 zone makes an appearance as the Hawks continue to play all sorts of variety against the Dogs.
And a reach-in foul here on Isaac Carnes as they try to go in the paint to Cooper Stalker. Isaac picks up his first. Each team now with 4 personals here in the half. A little over a minute played, second quarter, 2-point Orleans lead. Into Ray. Swings it around now to Whitfield, well out beyond the arc. Clears it away now to Gherkin rather. Duncan over to Whitfield, left wing, back to Duncan at the point, sends it around now to Owen Ray. Cross courts the pass to Whitfield, backs it out, cross courts it back to Owen Ray again. As the Dogs continue to try to rotate against this zone. Here's Gherkin left side, drives it to the baseline, kicks it down to the corner to Whitfield, who will launch a three, off the rim. Nobody went for the ball, and Gherkin took it away. Oh, my goodness. Now he'll throw up a little runner. Couldn't get it to go, and finally Christian Tucker pulls down the rebound. Valley a chance to tie or take the lead back. They'll try to take the lead on a three. That is no good, though, by Braden Whitaker. Boy, just like last night with the Valley girls, Hawks getting a lot of shots that rattle around the rim, but just refuse to drop.
Just got to keep firing. If you're Whitaker, play with no fear. Those are good shots in transition. You're open. You just got to knock them down.
Here's Ray out front for the Dogs. Sends it over on the near side to Whitfield. Carter Whitfield between the circles. Hands off now to Gherkin. Looking to drive. Bounces away to Ray. Down to the corner to Whitfield again. Looking inside for Love. Can't go that way as Valley continues to keep it packed in. Back over to Gherkin on the right side. Back up to Ray. Moves it to the left side. Now backs it out with the dribble. Again, Orleans in no hurry at all. Back over to Ray. Up fakes. Goes back off to Gherkin. Quick three on the way. This time it is short. And Tucker lost the handle. Picks it back up. Gets it off now to Ryan Tao. And staying behind to defend was Carter Whitfield. And he reaches in and commits the foul. No, they're going to put it on Cooper Stalker. So Stalker joins Dylan Johnson now with 2. So a little bit of foul trouble here on the part of the Bulldogs here in the early going. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout called here by Michael Leachman with 5:08 remaining here in the first half on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The lead belongs to Orleans at 12-10. For certified Angus beef steak served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. For hand-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins that are second to none, homemade soups, and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere. It's 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick.
After a hot start that was played pretty quick, Orleans has really slowed the game down against this Springs Valley variety of zones, and I don't like how the game tempo-wise is going for Valley at this point. Orleans wants to play it slow, and I think the Valley zone is allowing Orleans to pass the ball around the perimeter and make the game at the pace they want. I think Springs Valley needs to consider playing some man or at least going some full court pressure in here a little bit. Right now the game being played the way that Orleans wants it to be played at.
Valley was just 4 out of 12 in the opening quarter, 33%, but Orleans 5 of 9. There's a steal as Duncan Gherkin picks the pocket of Zach Carnes and takes it to the other end, and Valley unwittingly starring in the Duncan Gherkin show. And Christian Tucker in trouble, held ball. It'll go to Springs Valley, but all of a sudden the press by the Bulldogs starting to bother Valley a bit.
Yeah, a little bit surprised by that, but Coach Bradley isn't. He called that timeout to set up their full court pressure. He thought he had an advantage, and he went to it. He's turned us over once and almost got the second one there. We got to take care of the ball better and use the pass instead of the dribble.
Inbounds and backcourt comes off now to Tucker. He'll bring it up against Isaac Moore. 4-point Orleans lead, nearing the halfway point of the second quarter. Land out of the corner to Carnes. Oh, they had Whitaker wide open underneath the basket. Valley couldn't get it to him. Now there's a reach-in foul on another new face-in for Orleans. Devin Martin, a 5'8" freshman, has checked in, and he reached in and slapped the arm of Ryan Tao, his first. That's the 16th foul, so that'll put Valley into the bonus on the next common foul. Ball comes into Tao. Out of the wing now to Carnes, to Tucker, who is long with a three-pointer, and Orleans has the basketball. Boy, Christian Tucker is one of the best pure shooters I've seen, but I'll tell you what, he's a streaky guy, and one of these days he's going to get going, but he is now a combined 0-for-7 from downtown as he was 0-for-6 against Mitchell.
Hey, you just got to figure what you do. You got to keep firing it up there. You're getting good shots. You just got to knock them in.
Love bounces away to Martin, who heaves up a three and hits it. Oh, my goodness. The freshman, Devin Martin, answering big time with a three, and suddenly it's a 7-point Orleans lead, and Valley's going to have to be careful. There goes Whitaker. He got bumped. Now a little up and under move, and he hits the easy layup.
I don't think they can stop us if we just drive into the basket, particularly with Whitaker's size. I think he can get where he wants to go off of the bounce. We're just settling for some jumpers and not making them.
Half a dozen for Braden. Back to a 5-point Orleans lead. There's a three. Good, Duncan Gherkin. Where was this shooting on Saturday night against Crothersville? It was non-existent, and now Orleans can't miss. 20-12, 15 first half points for Duncan Gherkin. Here is Ryan Tao at the foul line. Hands off to Carnes. Zach, top of the key to land. Works it around to Tucker. Goes off to Whitaker, right wing. In low to Jackson, who puts it up and manages to get it over the rim and in.
Little back cut off the scissors action there up top. Little pinch post. Shuffle cut. Got him right to the front of the rim, and he delivered it. Dog is trying to figure out a way to score again, switching defense against the Orleans Ball Club. But right now, our defense is not good enough on anything we're doing. Did get a turnover, though. It's just the third on Orleans as they sail it out of bounds.
Yep, John Love couldn't hang on to the pass. That seems about the only way that Valley can keep Orleans from scoring, because if they put up a shot, it's pretty much going in.
Been a clean game so far. Dogs have taken care of it. So have the Hawks, just 3 turnovers each way.
Now we've got a foul away from the ball, and they're going to nail Devin Martin for holding Cole Cooper on the inbounds. So Martin picks up his second foul, and that is the 17th foul. So Valley will get into the bonus here with 2:43 remaining in the half.
Even more reason now to continue, now that they're in the penalty, to take the ball to the rim and not settle for so many perimeter jumpers, which we're struggling to make. We have gotten to the paint. Good things have happened when we've tried to do that. We got to just kind of make a concerted effort to continue to take it out at these Orleans defenders, who I think we've got the athletic advantage on that end. And we also got to make some free throws, which we haven't been particularly good at so far.
Well, finally, Valley drops one in as Cooper. He missed one on a three-point try in the opening quarter, but he does get the front end there to drop. He's got his third point.
This is interesting as Coach Leisman sends everybody back, nobody down on the offensive end, no chance for an offensive rebound as Valley just concedes it, and he missed the free throw.
So the Hawks now just 1 of 4 at the line. They trail by 5, 20-15, as we come up on 2.5 minutes to go before intermission on the Fast Eddie scoreboard.
Back to the 1-3-1, so once again they'll switch defenses. Orleans will switch their attack, and we'll see who can win the chess match.
They get it over to Gherkin down the lane, and he's called for the offensive foul. I believe so.
Should have been anyway. That was about as textbook of a charge as you're ever going to get in Gherkin.
Yep.
Questioning the call of the Crispin brothers, but no doubt about it.
Duncan had 2 offensive fouls in that Crothersville game as well, so Valley did a nice job to stand their ground. They'll get the ball back as, again, Orleans continuing to apply full-court pressure. They'll let Tucker bring it up against Isaac Moore. Valley trails by 5. Tucker into the front court, clears it away right side to Carnes, right side to McElfresh. On the wing, back up top to Zach. He'll drive it left, slide off the Whitaker screen, back up top to McElfresh, around to Tucker. Now Cole Cooper on the touch. Again, looking inside, back off to Christian. Drives it left side, comes back top of the key to Cooper, swings it around to McElfresh.
They're missing Whitaker in the low post a couple of different times. He's got a defender for Orleans on his back. We've got to feed him the ball.
Zach drives, dumps it back.
Going to have a chance to do it again here.
To McElfresh, back over to Carnes. Hawks being patient on this possession. Tucker on the right wing. Looks.
Drive it.
Puts it to Whitaker. One dribble, little up and under move. And he scores. Nice little up and under by Braden Whitaker, who's got 8.
He had an advantage that entire possession. He was begging for the ball. Showed a little frustration a couple times when he didn't get it, but he managed to keep it together. They finally got it to him, and he delivered with the shot fake, the best move in basketball, in my opinion. Whitaker's got 8. Got to continue to feed the senior the basketball in the paint.
Owen Ray got away with a big-time travel right in front of Mark Chrisman. Now Martin trying another 3. Airballs that one, scramble for the loose ball, and they're going to give it to Springs Valley. Right now, Valley on a 5-point run after Orleans had their biggest lead a few moments ago of 8 at 20-12. It's now 20-17 as we're just a hair under the 1-minute mark of the second quarter as another timeout called by Michael Leisman, his second here, this one of the 30-second variety. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch. 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And from the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move.
Well, Coach Leisman calls that timeout because he sees that Whitaker has a big advantage, I think. and he wants to make sure his team understands it and gets him the ball. Now we'll see if the cagey veteran coach Tom Brownlee changes his defensive matchups or changes defenses altogether. First things first, though, we've got to break this man pressure of the Dogs.
Cole Cooper inbounds to Carnes. He'll bring it up against Isaac Moore. 50 seconds left before halftime. Valley down by 3. Carnes roars it down the lane, scoops it up and left it short. Rebound grab by Owen Ray. He's on the break back the other way. Drives it in on McElfresh, and Trenton bumped it. Probably a good foul because the Hawks have a couple to give here. But Trenton will pick up his second. So it'll be out of bounds now to Orleans. It was a nice move by Zach. Just couldn't finish off the driving layup.
I think they thought they would get a different type of ball screen defense by the Dogs there. Carnes just blew by his man. They didn't hedge it at all. Had a chance to make a layup, couldn't get it in traffic.
Here's Love, baseline 10-footer on the rim and off. No good. Should have been a foul on Love. He was over the back of Braden Whitaker. They didn't call it. And now Michael Leachman says with 27 seconds to go before halftime, let's play for the final shot. We don't want to be any further down than 3 here at the break. Here is Tucker. Clears it away now to McElfresh, left side. 12 now on the clock. Trenton. Skip pass off now to Whitaker. At the volleyball spiking line, drives it on Ray down the lane. Takes it all the way to the goal and lays it in. Nice move by Braden Whitaker. And Orleans will not even get it across the 10-second line. A flurry for the senior Braden Whitaker. 8 of his 10 points coming in that second quarter as the Hawks able to take an 8-point deficit down to 1 here at intermission. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auction and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313. With a heated, screened-in patio to make you feel like you're outside, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. And for a variety of other menu items, even for the most discriminating appetites and a tantalizing kids menu, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, it's 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back at intermission from the Doghouse in Orleans on the Past Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. In this Orange County and PLAC matchup, the Bulldogs lead the Blackhawks by 1, 20-19. You're listening to Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
You need gadgets. For that one-stop shopping destination for routers, flash drives, cables, smartphones, TVs, and more, search no longer. Our technology-powered by Smithville store is conveniently located in downtown French Lick at 505 South Maple Street. If you prefer to shop online, browse our online store at smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech. Getting what you need is just a click away. That's smithville.tech.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 32-ounce fountain drinks are just 79 cents every day. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
Landis Insurance Agency in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the South of Bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley and Orleans High School Basketball.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU Sports. Q100, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Sky Doherty Trucking are proud of saluting student-athletes for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Sky Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Mike Appleton along with Kevin Terrell back at the Doghouse in Orleans. We've had a dandy through the first 16 minutes. The team separated by a single point with Orleans on top at 20-19. Let's take a look at the scoring for the Bulldogs. It's been pretty much the Duncan Gherkin show. He has 3/4 of their points, 15 to be exact. Out of his 6 field goals, 3 have been from downtown, so he has certainly been a factor in this game. 3 points out of Devin Martin, the freshman, hitting a second-quarter triple, and the only other basket for Orleans came on a first-quarter field goal by Cooper Stalker. Dylan Johnson got into early foul trouble, did not score. The other 2 starters, Isaac Moore and Owen Ray, have yet to score. And Tom Bradley has used Carter Whitfield and John Love off the bench. They have yet to tally. So 15 out of Duncan Gherkin leading the way. Orleans had a little bit more foul trouble than the Hawks, as Stalker, Johnson, and Martin all have 2 fouls each. Nobody else on the team with more than 1. For Springs Valley in the first half, a little more balance, although pretty much Braden Whitaker has put his team on his shoulders. He has 10 here at halftime. 4 of his 5 field goals coming in that second quarter of play. Cole Cooper, with solid minutes off the bench, has 3, a basket, and he was 1 out of 3 at the free throw line. And then 3 other players have a basket each, those belonging to Jackson Land, Ryan Tao, and to Christian Tucker. Zach Carnes starting has not scored, and Michael Leitsman has used Trenton McElfresh and Isaac Carnes off the bench. They have yet to dent the scoreboard. So 10 out of Braden Whitaker. Pacing the attack for Valley, McElfresh picked up 2 fouls for Valley. Nobody else had more than 1. 12-8, Orleans led after 1, but Valley outscores them 11-8 in the second quarter. And on the Fast Steady scoreboard, Valley trails by just a point here at halftime, 20-19. We'll take a break. When we return, Kevin Terrell takes a look at our first half statistics. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Here at the Doghouse and the Dogwood capital of Indiana, Orleans High School. And what a dandy we have had as these 2 teams continue to renew their old acquaintances for the 90th time since Springs Valley became a high school, and the combination of West Baden and French Lick. It's been even Steven throughout the history of the series. 45-44 is the total after 89 games. Orleans with that 1-point lead in that, and 1-point lead at the half. It's 20-19. Here's the stats at the half for Orleans. They shoot 4 out of 9 from 2-point range, 44% in that regard. They're winning the game because they're 4 out of 8 from downtown. That's 50%, obviously. 8 out of 17 total for 47%. Dogs relying on the three-point game. They did not get to the foul line. That could be a factor as we go forward. They've out-rebounded the Hawks tonight 14-11. 2 of those 14 on the offensive end. As usual and as planned, Orleans has taken care of the ball well. They have just 4 turnovers. On their 8 baskets, they have 4 of them have been assisted. They've managed to get a steal and 1 block. For Springs Valley, from 2-point range, it's been exquisite. 9 out of 13. That is 69%. They have shot it well, and they have taken the ball to the basket effectively from the paint. But from downtown, it's been an entirely different story. Despite getting some pretty good looks from out there, they're 0 for 7 from the three-point line. So overall, 9 out of 20 shooting for 45%. The line, not much better. 1 out of 4. That's a major problem, just 25%. From the line. 11 rebounds, as I mentioned, so we're -3 on the Hawks on the backboard. 3 of those 11 on the offensive end. It's been a well-played game on both ends. 4 turnovers for the Dogs, 3 for Springs Valley. Just 1 assist on 9 baskets. Most of those have been on the drive. We're able to take the ball off the dribble, so no assist off of those. We've managed 2 blocks. We've got a steal of our own. Pretty even throughout the history of this series. Pretty even throughout the history of this first half. What an exciting atmosphere it's been. It's going to get even better as the second half is soon to be on its way. We're at halftime here at the Doghouse. It's Orleans with a 1-point lead over Springs Valley, 20-19. You're listening to Orleans and Springs Valley basketball on WFLQ French Lick.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 32-ounce fountain drinks are just 79 cents every day. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino, and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
Landis Insurance Agency in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and Deca batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square, or call 865-4444.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it, Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. They have nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. It is the ideal location to host any event. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313, 865-1313. About set to go with the third quarter in JV action tonight. The Bulldogs took the second step towards a potential trifecta. Their freshman team beat Valley on Monday night, and now the JV, a 50-43 winner. So Michael Stroud's team stands at 2-0, while Jared Spears' Hawks are now 0-2.
Yep, no more undefeated seasons this year for the Hawks are the varsity squad, but they'll turn it around a little bit. They're too talented to have that losing streak go a whole lot longer. Right now, we're worried about this varsity game, though. 1-point game at the break. Orleans has been able to play the game the way they wanted to play it with the pace. Springs Valley unable to hit three-pointers. That's been a real problem as they've had a chance to get momentum but haven't been able to make them. We'll see if they can shoot a little better in the second half.
Dogs with the basketball, moving right to left here in the second half of play. They're in white with red letters, red numbers, red and black trim. Valley in their traveling black uniforms with the white outline, the gold numbers, and the gold and white trim. Gherkin works it over now to Dylan Johnson. He missed much of that first half due to foul trouble. Owen Ray, along with Isaac Moore and Cooper Stalker, the five, the original starters out there for Tom Bradley. Maybe just less than a half away from his 300th win, and he'll get it that way if they allow the Hawks to give Duncan Gherkin a wide-open drive to the basket.
Got caught on a switch, playing man that first possession. Valley switched everything. They finally, Orleans worked it till they got Whitaker on him. Whitaker, Braden unable to hang with him off the dribble with that much space.
Valley with their first possession. Jackson Land, Christian Tucker, Ryan Tao, Braden Whitaker, Zach Carnes, their original unit. They work it in low to Braden, a little up and under move. Got hit, got his own rebound, put it up. Oh, and he missed it. Rebound to Ryan Tao. He fakes, got it to go. Count it, and one.
Big boy move right there by Whitaker and Tao. Grown man basketballs, the big fellas for the Hawks getting some energy there. We need to hit this free throw, Mike, and set up full court pressure. I think that's what Coach Leisman wants to do.
So Ryan Tao, the rebound basket, is fourth point. Chance at a three-point play, and more importantly, the tie, and there it is.
And here comes full court pressure, 2-2-1 by the Hawks. We want to up the tempo of this. Make Orleans have to play faster than they want to play.
Here's Johnson, picks up the dribble. To Ray, into the front court to Isaac Moore. Moore waits for some traffic to clear. Gives it off now to Ray, deep in the back court. Works it around now to Gherkin. Zach Carnes on him. He drives down to the corner to Moore. Three on the way by Isaac. It's good.
Nothing but the net right there, corner three. Helped off from the ball side corner. A lot of teams don't like to do that. And you see why there as he made the set shot three, nothing but the bottom. And Orleans executing it from the outside.
Oh, and wide open was Ryan Tao underneath the basket as the Dogs blew a defensive assignment and Ryan could not finish it off.
It's the type of plays that can come back to haunt you later on.
Boy, big exchange there. The three by Moore, an unexpected scoring source, and then the blown layup on Valley's end. Stalker hands it back to Gherkin. Wide open for three. It is around. It drops off the rim. Ball knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it is off of Orleans, although I beg to differ with Kevin Chrisman there. I thought Valley knocked it off an Orleans player.
Yeah, it looked like I thought Carnes came flying in there from the outside and knocked that out of bounds. But, hey, we'll take a break any way we can get it.
Here is Tucker into the front court. Drives it, circles it back out, clears it away to Land. Out of the corner to Whitaker. Cross-courts it to Carnes. Zach can't get the shot off. One dribble back up to Tucker.
2-3 zone by the Dogs here. A little halftime adjustment as they're trying to figure out a way to stop us off the dribble. And we're not shooting it well, so they're going to dare us to beat them on the outside.
Hawks work it around the perimeter. Land cross-courts it to Tucker. Fakes the three. Backs it back out. Clears it away to Carnes. Zach out beyond the arc, moves it around now to Tucker. They're going to play particular attention to him. Oh, little drop step and a drive to the goal by Whitaker. He couldn't get the shot to go, but he will be on the line twice. And Dylan Johnson has just picked up his third foul as Johnson has had trouble all night trying to defend the bigger and taller Braden Whitaker.
Conversation there with the Valley bench as the officials don't like the chirping from the assistants on the Valley sideline. They got a little talking to, a little scolding there as Coach Leisman has to tell his staff to kind of tone it down a bit.
Free throw good by Whitaker. Braden, first points of the second half. He's got 11 now.
As much trouble as we're having guarding Gherkin, they're having the same amount of trouble guarding Whitaker. He just not got quite the opportunities. We got to continue to find the hot hand and find the matchups that they can't handle.
And Braden misses the second one, so Valley now just 3 out of 7 at the line. 2-point Orleans lead. Johnson into the front court. They break the pressure. They get the double team. They get it to Stalker down to the corner. Leans in, puts up the shot, no good. And they're going to get Zach Carnes on the foul.
Very difficult to press after a missed shot, but Valley's tried to do it twice, and both times Orleans was able to handle it, get the ball in the corner, square it out down there, and attack it. Once you get the ball to the baseline, you can throw the ball back outward, and you have numbers. That time Stalker able to get all the way to the paint. Carnes could have tried to take the charge, but didn't. Stalker instead will go to the line twice.
And the first one around and in. Believe it or not, Kevin, after over 19 minutes of play, this is the Dogs' first trip to the foul line.
I do believe it because they've been taking a lot of shots from the perimeter and making them. They've got 5 made three-pointers in this low possession game.
And Stalker gets them both. So it's very unlike the Crothersville game. So whatever Tom Bradley's done in the 6 days since that Crothersville game has worked from a shooting standpoint, because Orleans shot just 21% of the game, and they have just about tripled that. Maybe not quite that much, but way better than what they did. Oh, nice move by Christian Tucker around his man as he was able to turn the corner off a nice screen and take it right to the goal and lay it in.
And he switched hands in midair to finish it with his preferred left hand. Now turnover as the pressure of the Hawks finally pays off.
And here's a pull-up three that is around no good by Tucker. Trying to save it was Braden Whitaker, and he could not. That would have given Valley the lead, but again, Christian continues to struggle with that three-point shot.
That's the one that the Hawks really live on, that transition three. They haven't been able to string one in tonight. That's the shot they're wanting after turnovers. Just got to have to find a way to knock one in at some point.
Here's Johnson, cross-courts it now to Gherkin. Ducking into the front court, guarded by Tucker. Dribbles around him, takes it all the way in. Tried to force the contact. No call. Overshot the rim that time, and Valley comes out of there with it with a chance to tie or take the lead once again. Just past the halfway point of the third quarter. Orleans by 2. Trying to turn the corner on the other side was Carnes. Works it back out to Land. Swings it around to Tao. Ryan back up top to Tucker. Christian slides off the screen looking for the pick and roll. Instead, Christian just took it right to the goal and got bumped on his way to the basket. It's before the shot. It is just the third foul on Orleans.
Hawks need to screen that a little bit harder. I think they can cause real problems for Orleans. They'll have to switch it, and then we'll have Whitaker rolling to the goal against a 5'8 kid.
Man gets it down to the corner now to Tucker. Oh, and he threw it away. Oh, and then, hell no, they're going to say Land knocked the ball out of bounds from Dylan Johnson. I don't know who Christian Tucker was trying to throw it to. He tried the little pick and pop, and it did not work.
Fourth turnover on Valley. Very cleanly played game. Turnover-wise, both teams have taken care of it well.
Here's Johnson into the front court, picks up the dribble, throws it out top now to Owen Ray. Now to Stalker. Left side of the arc, jumps it back out to Owen Ray. Inside the center jump circle. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Orleans by 2. Stalker, top of the key now to Johnson. Whitaker runs out on him. To Ray, off now to Stalker. He's open for a three. It would not go. And the rebound tapped around and grabbed by Ryan Town. We're going to get a rebounding foul here, I think, on Owen Ray.
Another big boy play right there by Ryan Town. He went up with two hands and yanked it down. That's what you want out of him. Rebounds in traffic in the close games really, really can help you. That gets another foul on Orleans. They're getting near the penalty. Fourth team foul in the quarter on the Dogs. That could pay off later.
Yep, Valley's only committed one here in the period. 27-25. Orleans a 2-point leader on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Token full court pressure here. Tucker works it into the front court. Skip pass off to Land left side. Jackson goes back off to Tucker. Back to Land. Down to the left corner. Looks. Throws it back out top now to Tucker. Swings it around to Trenton McElfresh, who's back in there. Over now to Cooper. Cooper on the right side on the hold. Back to McElfresh.
And Whitaker right there.
High post to Whitaker. One dribble. Can't get the shot off. Down to the corner. Good look at a three for Jackson. Land. No good. Fight for his rebound. Couldn't get it. Owen Ray did. And then Jackson Land, trying to chase him from behind, picks up his third personal foul as the Hawks continue their struggles from the three-point arc.
That's a good shot, a wide-open shot from the corner. Maybe a little reluctant. They didn't have quite the timing and the rhythm that you'd like to have. Yeah. Kind of hesitant a little bit, but, man, we're continuing to struggle from downtown. Didn't make one in the first half. Haven't made one here either.
Yeah, they're combined 0 for 9 from beyond the arc. And there's a double deflection. Nice job by Jackson Land to tip the ball on the pass, and it goes off an Orleans player, so Valley creates the turnover. And again, we talk about missed opportunities. Kevin, this will be the fourth possession now the Hawks have had with a chance to tie or take the lead. They've been unsuccessful in their first three, and you just hate to keep squandering opportunities. Here is Land back up to Tucker. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Orleans up by 2.
We need to make sure we get Whitaker some touches on this possession.
Here's Land out along the
There he
perimeter.
is.
High post to Whitaker in the lane. 10-footer, good, and we're tied.
Gaping hole in the middle of their zone. They just let Whitaker flash right in there. A little Kansas-type cut from the outside to the high post, and Valley ties it finally.
Third tie of the game at 27. In trouble in the backcourt is Whitfield, and now Tom Bradley to bail out his team from a 10-second backcourt count has to spend a timeout. Comes with 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. We have had a dandy as expected on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. These two Orange County rivals deadlocked at 27. For certified Angus beef steak, served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick with a heated screened-in patio to make you feel like you're outside. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food all in a legendary atmosphere, it's 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick.
Be some big-time celebratory steaks tomorrow night sometime during the day if we can figure out a way the Hawks can to pull out this big win on the road. They're on the verge of it. You feel like they're outplaying Orleans, or at least I do in this quarter, but there's inability to make that huge, big shot has kept Orleans in it. It's tied here, but I feel like the Hawks are outplaying them. If we could just string 2 or 3 long-distance shots in a row, you feel like we can bust out of it and maybe put this game out of reach. Dogs don't have a lot of firepower on the floor other than Gherkin, who's been slowed a little bit this quarter.
You know, Kevin, the last 2 years, the games have been close. If you remember, it was the Chase Hall show. He had 7 3-pointers in that game 2 years ago here as Orleans eked out the victory, and then it was the Josh Weddle show last time. And again, outside shots key for Orleans as Duncan Gherkin hits yet another 3, and that's the difference in the game. For Orleans, that is their 6th 3-pointer of the night. Valley has none. 1 minute to go. Whitaker, double team, drives, turns, kicks it off to Tucker for a 3. And finally, Christian Tucker gets his first triple of the year to go, and it couldn't have come at a better time as it ties things up at 30 now with 45 seconds to go here in this third quarter. What a pass by
Whitaker in double team traffic there. He hit Whitaker or hit Tucker off the inside out pass. Good things happen when Whitaker's getting the ball in the middle.
I still like Michael Leachman's philosophy. Make Orleans shoot from the perimeter. You got to figure.
I like it if it's not Gherkin shooting it.
Yeah.
I think you got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands.
Looks like Orleans playing for the final shot of the third quarter. Valley will get it to begin the fourth. So Hawks hoping to stay tied here to begin the fourth quarter. Down to 9 seconds to go. Here's Whitfield against Cole Cooper. Crossover dribble. Hands off to Gherkin. Trying to shake free. 3 seconds to go. Lost it off his leg. They're going to call a kick. So with 1 1/10 seconds left, it'll belong to Orleans. But this will make it tough here for the Dogs to try to get a shot off here.
Got to defend the corner. The ball side corner is a good place to get the ball. You got to make sure if you're the Hawks, the ball doesn't go there. Make them throw the ball outward.
Owen Ray from quarter court gets it in now to Moore. His 3 is no good, and that'll do it. For the third quarter, we have settled nothing for 24 minutes. What a dandy here at the Doghouse on the Fast City scoreboard. Springs Valley and Orleans tied at 30 as we head to the fourth. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and deck batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
Hi, this is Lynn at Reeser Chiropractic Center. When was the last time you saw your chiropractor? Been a while? It's time to make another appointment. Good health is an everyday concern. It's something that should be worked at. Dr. Lolita is just the person to advise and help you with your own personal health care plan. She's an expert on prevention and good health. Make an appointment today. Call Reeser Chiropractic Center at 812-723-2277.
With Kevin Carroll and our statisticians Braden Bush and McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick. We got a barn burner brewing. 8 minutes of regulation time left. Our fourth tie of the game just a few moments ago on a basket or a three-pointer by Christian Tucker, tying it up at 30. And now as we start the fourth, Valley with a basketball and a chance to take their first lead since way back at 4-3. Here is Cole Cooper, slides off the screen, picks up the dribble on the right wing, works it in low to Tao, little reach in by Johnson, no call. Leading scorers through three, Duncan Gherkin has 20 as Valley, oh my goodness, threw it away. Bad pass by Zach Carnes, Braden Whitaker with 13 to lead the Hawks.
Just the fifth turnover on the Hawks, but you hate in a low possession game to cough one up there unforced. Orleans defense had nothing to do with that, just sloppy passing and catching by the Hawks.
Here's Owen Ray as Valley goes man. Off it comes now to Gherkin against Cole Cooper. A little fall away off target. Rebound grab by Ryan Tao. So Duncan Gherkin has not missed much tonight, but he did there. And losing the ball that time was...
Oh, what a terrible call! The
Whitaker, and oh my goodness, you are exactly right. Whitaker lost the ball. Cole Cooper saved it and deflected it off an Orleans player. And Kevin Chrisman once again, well,
I don't often say much about the officials. I mean, I realize it's a tough thing, but man, oh man, he missed that one big time. That was a great play to save that inbounds. He had to dive for it and throw it off an Orleans defender, and boy, that's just a blatant miss.
Yep. Let's see if Orleans can take advantage. We're a minute into the fourth quarter, still tied at 30. Ray around his man all the way to the goal, scoops it up and got it.
Good dribble drive by Ray there, and then finished it with his right hand off the front of the rim, and Orleans takes the lead.
But you've got to be better than the officials. That's the key. And now what do we have here? A timeout, I think, called by Michael Leachman. It comes with 6:33 remaining. Fourth quarter from the Doghouse in Orleans on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Dogs 32, Hawks 30. Back with more Springs Valley and Orleans basketball in just a moment.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And speaking of French Lick, that's where we'll be tomorrow night. The home opener for the Hawks, as a team Valley has never lost to, the Medora Hornets. We'll try to make them a victims for the 24th consecutive time, but still a lot to settle here at the Doghouse, with Valley trailing by 2, and out of the Hawks timeout, they've got the basketball. Christian Tucker wide open for 3. It would not go. Rebound tapped around, and Duncan Gherkin comes out of there with it. So again, Valley with a good look at a 3. They've only hit 1 out of 11 tonight. Gherkin walks it into the front court. Jackson Land to defend. Sends a pass left wing now to Johnson. Dillon turns, clears it up top now to Gherkin. Up fakes the 3, won't take it to Owen Ray. Right now his driving layup, the difference in the game. Off the stalker, his 3 would not go. And what a steal by Owen Ray. Christian Tucker had it, and Owen Ray came from behind and batted away and took it. So another opportunity here for the Bulldogs, leading by 2 and 5:45 remaining in the contest. Who will step up and for which team? Ray off the dribble down to the corner, clears it away to Johnson, moves it around to Stalker for a 16-footer. Not fair. And the rebound grab by Whitaker.
I'm not sure that's the one shot that Tom Bradley wanted. Mid-range jumper. And a shot taken not by Gherkin.
Out along the perimeter, Land works it around now to Tucker, open for a three. Bingo! Christian Tucker, huge three. And the Hawks have their first lead since way back at 4-3. It's our fourth lead change of the contest, and Valley with a 1-point advantage, 5 minutes left. Gherkin picks up the dribble right side, clears it away deep on the wing to Stalker, and a whistle and a foul away from the ball. And it's going to go on Valley. And they're going to get Braden Whitaker. I think Braden was trying to run through a Gherkin screen that time.
He called that right. He tried to run right through it. He lowered his left shoulder and just tried to snowplow his way through that when they're trying to dance around it. No harm done there. The Dogs have it underneath their own goal. And again, Valley's got to be able to contain them on an out-of-bounds underneath situation, especially of Coach Bradley. Watch Gherkin coming back in.
There he is. Can't get the shot off as Valley runs out at him. That was just the first on Whitaker, the third on the team. Moore deep on the left wing. Drives it to the wing, picks up the dribble, jumps it back off to Gherkin, down in the corner now to Ray. Owen lost it, got it back, moves it around now to Gherkin, drives the baseline, can't get the shot off, double team, little up and under, Merlin threw it away. Good job as the Hawks converged with the double team down along that right baseline. He tried to throw it weak side and never was able to, he was actually going, I think, for Dylan Johnson, but the pass never connected.
All right, lead and the ball for the Hawks. Let's see if they can execute something and break this pressure and get something good.
Oh, what a pass by Zach Hart, the dribble penetration, and the dump off to Ryan Tao, who's got 7. And the Hawks on a 5-point run. They have their biggest lead of the game down at 35-32.
Orleans not where they want to be now. They're in danger. They don't want to play from behind. They got the little diagonal screen.
Halfway through the final period, Gherkin with Powell on him to Ray. Moves it around now to Moore on the left side. Back to Owen, left side of the arc. On the hold. The lane was cleared, but Owen not able to beat Whitaker off the dribble. Hands off to Gherkin. Ball knocked away. Good job by Christian Tucker to get a hand in there, and then they're going to say it is off of Duncan Gherkin, and it will belong back over to Springs Valley.
Now again, the lead in the ball. Now you can spread Orleans out, take advantage of your quickness advantage, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Spread it out, make Orleans guard us in space.
Moore all over Christian Tucker, and almost threw it away, picked up by Carnes. Underneath the Braden Whitaker, wide open for a layup.
The minute pass by Carnes. He looked to his left, but threw it to the right. Hit Whitaker on the move. And he finished it. Hawks up 5, starting to have a chance to run away with it.
Gherkin out of control. Gets it off to Stalker up top. Now to Moore. To Dylan Johnson for a 3. It would not go. Rebound pulled out of there by Christian Tucker. 3:08 to go. And it was the fourth quarter against Mitchell, Kevin, that the Hawks were able to get some separation, and now a foul here on Isaac Moore. A little frustration foul as Christian Tucker getting it across the 10-second line. His second personal foul. 5 on the team, so it'll be out of bounds to Valley with 3:03 to go, but it's just a 5-point lead, Kevin. There's an eternity left.
High school basketball, a lot of that's going to happen at 3:03. Hawks need to spread the floor out, though, make Orleans guard them in space. The Hawks have a quickness advantage, no doubt about it, in many different spots. Just take care of the ball, spread it out, move yourself. You'll get a good shot against the slower Orleans defenders.
A lot of bumping going on, and now a timeout called by Michael Leachman.
I didn't have more faith. We had a backdoor cut, would have had another layup. Leachman, though, with a 9-1-1 timeout.
All right. Michael will take a full timeout. It comes with 2:52 left in this one. What a game we're having here, as expected. 37-32, Valley. The 5-point leader on the Fast Eddie scoreboard here at the Doghouse. We'll continue with more Springs Valley and Orleans basketball in just a moment.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Landis Insurance Agency in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792.
While we have this opportunity, let's pause quickly 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spring Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Back we come to the doghouse. Mike Hamilton, Kevin Terrell, glad to have you along for another in this long-standing rivalry. Valley with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Just 2:40 to go. They are on a 7-point surge. As Tucker being double-teamed, gets it away now to Ryan Tao. Off now to Whitaker. He's in trouble. He gets it off to Ryan Tao. Some shaky ball handling here for the Hawks as they try to go up against the strong defensive pressure, but Valley maintains control.
Driving.
Tao drives it in, a whistle, and they're going to call a hand check here on Dylan Johnson.
All right, Orleans trapped that ball screen that Valley's been running all night long, and it rattled us a bit, but we were able to get out of it and not turn it over, although it was very close. We can drive Orleans. Got to get low, strong with the ball, and take it to the rim.
Fourth foul on Johnson, sixth on the team. Ball comes into Carnes. Zach dribbles out to the perimeter, and the Hawks will try to use some more clock. Leading by 5, 2:10 to go. Get pass off the Tao on the high post. Ryan turns, mismatch with Gherkin. Won't take advantage. Now Tucker on the right side. Backs it back out, clears it away now to Land. So this is testing the Hawks' ball handling ability here, and so far they've passed the test, but they still have a long way to go. More bumps Tucker, no call. He gets it off the Land. Now over to Zach Carnes on the safety valve, and now we'll get the reach-in foul here on Duncan Gherkin.
Now you're in the penalty, and you got Carnes going to the line, one of your best free throw shooters. Now it just comes down to take care of the ball, make free throws, and you can set history on its ear one more time. Just like last year, you can do something the Hawks haven't done in many, many a year, which is win here, but you just got to step up and make these foul shots.
The southpaw, Zach Carnes, fires the free one good, and as we give out our customary shout-out to Springs Valley's #1 fan, Denny Weichert, who gives away again his grandson making a big free throw and makes another one as well. 2 big foul shots for Zach Carnes, and the Hawks lead suddenly by 7 with 1:40 to go. Let's see if Duncan Gherkin takes the team on his shoulders. He passes off to Cooper Stalker, who misses the 3, and then tries to run in and strip the ball away from Christian Tucker, who grabbed the rebound, and instead picks up the personal foul. That will be his 4th of the contest. You know, Valley was down 1 against Mitchell 10 days ago, Kevin, and used the 4th quarter to get some separation, and history trying to repeat itself here tonight.
You know what? You had that history last year. Missed the free throw. Had that history of going undefeated last year. These kids know how to win, and they're getting it done so far.
Gherkin down the lane. The little floater's a beauty. Duncan Gherkin's got 22, and a quick timeout called now by Tom Bradley. Orleans still alive and fighting. 1:27 left, 4th quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. The Valley lead trimmed to 5, 39-34. We'll continue with more Bulldogs and Blackhawks basketball in just a moment.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Bulldog Sports. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move.
Back again at Orleans High School, where the Hawks trying to nail their first win here in 19 years. They've got a 5-point lead, but there's still 87 seconds left, and you can bet Orleans is going to throw everything at them. Full court pressure. They'll do the double inbounds as they throw to Whitaker, who gets it right back to Land and jacks it into the front court. Had it stripped away, loose on the floor, and Orleans picks it up. So the Hawks careless there, and here come the Bulldogs. Durkin running the floor, kicks it off to Moore for three. Yes, he's got it. Isaac Moore, another big three, and all of a sudden Valley's lead is down to 2, and another timeout called by Tom Bradley. He looks over and says he's got one left. We got a game again, 39-37. Valley's lead now just 2 with a minute 12 to go. We'll take a break on the Fast Eddie scoreboard and be back after this 30-second timeout.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 32-ounce fountain drinks are just 79 cents every day. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
Now for ham-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins that are second to none, homemade soups and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. For a variety of other menu items, even for the most discriminating appetites, and a tantalizing kids menu, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, 33 Brick Street in French Lick.
All right, Hawks got to get the ball in, first of all. And then they got to take care of it when they do get it in. Zach Carr's going to bring it up this time. Or at least he had a chance to.
Now to Christian Tucker. He'll work it into the front court. And a reach-in foul is going to be called here on Isaac Moore. He gambled on the steal, but got too much of the arm of Christian Tucker. Isaac Moore picks up his third foul. That is team foul number 9. So this will be the last one and bonus for the Hawks. Christian Tucker was up there just a moment ago and missed the front end of a 1-and-1 with a minute 5 to go.
I feel good about this one. Let's see if he can get up there and knock it in.
Lefty spins it, fires it, hits it.
Solid right there by Tucker. Orleans opting not to go to the trap. They were trying to chase us down from behind. They obviously saw that in their scouting report. You can backtip Valley. They got it once when they backtip Land. They nearly tried it, or nearly got it done against Tucker, but they got the foul call.
This for a 4-point lead and 2 possessions. He missed it, and the rebound grabbed by Dylan Johnson. So it's a 1-possession game with 1 minute remaining in regulation.
Valley with 3 fouls again before Orleans is in the penalty. You ought to start using them, I think.
Here is Moore out between the circles, looking off now to Gherkin. Duncan looking to beat.
There you go.
Zach off the dribble, and Zach reaches in and commits the foul.
That's a very, very smart foul by Zach Carrs. He knew he was going to get beat, so he went ahead and reached in, committed the foul. Now he's got 2 to give before they're in the penalty. And go ahead and do that again if you need to.
48 seconds left. Johnson from the side. Looks, gets it in now to Owen Ray. Ray on the dribble. Token pressure from Jackson Land. Looking to beat him off the dribble. Down the lane he goes. Leans in, scoops it up and hits it. Owen Ray, big basket. He's got 4. It's a 1-point game now. Here goes Carnes running the floor.
Oh, he carried it.
Oh, they're going to call him for a holding violation.
He did it. He tried to switch his, Mike, and he pinned the ball against his right hip. And it's the eighth turnover rather of the game, but another one here late. And we're coming down the wire in the doghouse. Dogs down by 1. 29 seconds left. Orleans trying to come back from a 7-point deficit. Valley by 1. You can bet everybody in the gym knows who's going to take the final shot. All right, now we got 2 fouls to give. You need to use them. Up it comes to Stalker. Works it around now to Moore with 15 seconds to go. Down to the corner to Ray. Ray bumps to Gherkin. He tries, and he is bumped by Zach Carnes with 10 seconds left. Boy, he got 1 full foul to give. I'll be out of bounds on the side. I thought Gherkin was just going to rise up and fire in there from 25 feet. He had an open look, but he had to drive it to his left. No timeouts called by Tom Bradley. Looks like this could decide it. Nope. Now Michael Leachman is going to take the timeout. 10 and 4/10 seconds remaining in regulation. On the Fast Eddie scoreboard, Springs Valley 40, Orleans 39. The Bulldogs will have the basketball, I believe, at quarter court in their own front court. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. All right, so a couple things you got to factor in, Mike. You got to understand, number one, if you have the foul to give, use it if Gherkin beats you. Number two, go rebound the ball. A lot of times it's not the first shot that beats you, it's some second shot from somebody flying in there. Can't be ball watching. You got to be able to put a body on somebody, and then when the ball's in the air, somebody's got to snatch up and get it and rebound it strong. If they do score, you've got a timeout. You got to take it immediately in the worst case scenario of Orleans getting a bucket. All right, from in front of the Orleans bench, Dylan Johnson will trigger it in. Cooper Stalker, Isaac Moore, Owen Ray, Duncan Gherkin in there for Valley, Christian Tucker, Zach Carnes, Jackson Land, Ryan Tao, and Braden Whitaker. Comes into Ray with 8, with 7. Off to Gherkin. He drives in. He scoops it up, blocked away. Picked up by Ryan Tao, and he's fouled with 3 seconds to go. Orleans got a good look at it, and I think it was Whitaker who came flying in, rejected Gherkin's left-handed layup attempt. Big-time defensive play by the Hawks, and now Ryan Tao with a chance to go to the line and put Valley up 3. If he can knock them both in, it is a double bonus situation. Big-time help side defensive play by Whitaker. And now Ryan Tao will go to the free throw line. The Hawks have not shot well at the line tonight. They are just 6 out of 12. Even if he hits them both here, it still is a one-possession game. So Ryan eyes the first one. It is no good. He'll have another one. Now you've got to understand, first of all, Orleans is going to take a timeout here, but again, that foul to give is crucially important. No, they're not going to call a timeout. I think Tom wants it after the second free throw is what he wants it. He wants it on a rebound on a miss. Let's see how much time runs off the clock. 2.8. Ryan needs to hit this one. Up it goes. He missed it. The rebound, Owen Ray, and the timeout is called with 2.4 seconds remaining. So the Hawks probably could have salted this one away had they made their free throws, but just 6 out of 14 at the stripes tonight is giving Orleans, albeit a little shot, I guess, but nevertheless, they still have the opportunity. They'll have to go the length of the floor in 2 and 4/10 seconds. Oh, that's the situation. Tom Bradley's out of timeout, so the option of throwing it long, catching it, calling another timeout is not a factor at all. Now, if you're Valley, you want to make Orleans catch the ball in front of you, make them catch it coming toward, and then if you can do it, reach in and commit that foul because you have a foul to give. That's a crucial factor. On the other hand, if you're Orleans and you see him reaching in, particularly if it's Gherkin, maybe you go ahead and launch up a 25, 30, 40-footer even, and see if you can calm the officials into giving you that 3 shot at the rim. That's what the interplay is going to be between two teams. Boy, if they did call a foul on a 45-foot shot attempt or giving them 3 shots, this place would explode from the Valley point of view. But it could happen if Orleans is savvy enough to try to do it. Is it important for Orleans to try to get that inbounds pass to maybe half court? If they can, but of course they got to make sure the first thing you got to do is try to catch it. And even if they can catch it short of that, but catch it on the move, You can do it. Duncan particularly has time for 3 dribbles, I think, with 2.4 to go.
All right, here we go.
We don't go. I think we're going to have a timeout, Valley.
All right, Michael Leachman looks at the setup for Orleans, and then I think he will burn his final timeout.
So, the full timeout, variety, that's all Michael's got left.
So strategy abounding here at the doghouse with 2 and 4/10 seconds left. The Hawks trying to avoid misery for a 14th straight game and try to break the 19-year hex in which they have been unable to win here in this particular building. And if they can survive a last-second shot attempt, they will head back to French Lick with a very huge victory.
I tell you what, Mike, if you're Orleans, obviously you want to get the ball to Gherkin, but Valley knows that. I wonder if you could set a back screen, if Duncan would come up and set a back screen, if Valley would be so concerned with Duncan that they could get someone else from Orleans, an Owen Ray or someone like that, streaking toward the goal, throwing all the way down, and see if they can get a 2-point shot at the rim and win it.
But I think I saw Braden Whitaker. He's going to play center field and be back probably around the free throw line.
Just got to be careful not to overreact to some sort of Gherkin screen action, some sort of screen-to-screener action. We'll see what they want to do. I think it's going to be Gherkin circling around, trying to catch it on the run, going to his right. He'll end up with about a 35, 40-footer if this play goes like I think it will.
All right, here we go. Cooper Stalker to inbound. It comes in now to Ray. Ray will heave it from half court, and it almost went in. It did not as it bounced off the front of the rim, and Springs Valley has hung on. That close to a dramatic Orleans victory here tonight as the shot banked off the backboard, the front of the rim, and dropped out, and somehow the Blackhawks are able to hang on, and they have ended a 19-year drought here in this building as they hang on in a thriller tonight by a final count of 40-39. What a game here tonight, played by 2 longtime Orange County and Patoka Lake Athletic Conference rivals. But this one will go to the Hawks here tonight.
Orange County Hospital better get their heart people ready. There's a lot of high blood pressure going around in this part of Orange County, but the Hawks able to survive a valiant effort with a late rally by the Dogs to get back within 1. We were a little bit shaky there from the line. Shaky with handling the ball there late, but the Hawks found a way to win it. And what a feeling it is when you can beat your arch rival. Second year in a row, the Hawks get one. 40-39, your final here from the Doghouse. Hawks with a 1-point win.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313. That's 865-1313. Well, the crowd continuing to buzz as they file out, but what a thriller here we had tonight, going down to the final shot. A half-court attempt by Owen Ray, and he nearly was able to bank it in to give Orleans the win. Instead, Valley able to prevail. They've beaten Orleans now 2 times in succession after dropping the previous 30. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 40, the Orleans Bulldogs 39. You're listening to Springs Valley and Orleans High School Basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and Deca batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
Back once again at the doghouse here in Orleans, where some at least 2,000, maybe as many as 2,500 on hand here tonight, witnessing a thrilling game. So whether you were a Valley fan or Orleans fan, you couldn't have had any more drama in this one, as the Hawks surged out to a 7-point fourth quarter lead. It looked like they had a lock on it, but they had to remember they're playing the Orleans Bulldogs, a team that will not quit. They fought back, got to within one, and still had a chance to win this game with 2 4/10 seconds to go. They had to go the length of the floor. Cooper Stalker threw it into Owen Ray, who took a couple of dribbles and then launched it from just inside the midcourt line as it banked off the glass and hit the front of the rim before dropping out the front side. Otherwise, it would be Orleans celebrating another victory here at home against Springs Valley. But instead, the 13-game losing streak here in this building is over, and Valley has pulled even not only in the series here at Orleans at 19 apiece, but they have tied the overall series. So 90 meetings in and some 60 years of basketball, and these two have played to a 45-45 series tie.
Seems appropriate.
How much better of a rivalry can you have?
Not for the, when you look at it for the long term, of course you cannot. Of course, Orleans had their way with us for quite a while there, but the Hawks have seemingly turned that around the last couple of years, finding a way to win. Now, it wasn't smooth, it wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination. That last, minute and a half of the game or whatever, we got to lock it up a little bit better from the foul line. But these are some kids getting baptism by fire there in these pressure situations, and they are able to learn from it and also celebrate the victory over your arch rival. That's the best case scenario for the coach's staff. And it wasn't pretty. I thought Orleans controlled how the game was played. The Hawks had some struggles there a little bit, guarding Gherkin clearly. All the mismatching of defenses, trying to figure out a way to change it up and keep Orleans off balance. I thought Coach Bradley did a tremendous job of game planning for the Hawks really all the way through. But I thought our better athleticism paid off. I thought Whitaker was a tough cover for them, and they really couldn't handle him when we were able to give him the ball. And then I thought, we only shoot 2 out of 12 from downtown, but Christian's 2 big threes late in the game gave us enough separation, and we were able to finally hang on.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring of the game for the Bulldogs. They're now 1-1 on the year, 1-1 here at home. They'll make their first road trip tomorrow night when they head over to Montgomery, so they will be certainly tested against the Vikings. They are now 0-1 also in league play. What a night for Duncan Gherkin, the senior, knowing it would be the last time, unless the teams would play, say, in the regional, that he would ever face his arch rivals. certainly soured by the loss last year, wanted to try to avenge it, and he nearly did it by himself. Terrific night for Duncan Gherkin as he goes for a game-high 22 points, including 4 3-point field goals. After that, Isaac Moore hit 2 big threes, including that one big triple that helped pull Orleans to within 2 at 39-37. They would get another basket by Owen Ray, who finished with 4 points, both those field goals coming in the final quarter. But that was as close as they would get. Cooper Stalker, a basket and 2 foul shots. He ended up with 4. Devin Martin came off the bench to score 3. He had a second quarter home run. And Dylan Johnson, along with Carter Whitfield and John Love, saw limited action tonight but did not score. So 22 out of Duncan Gherkin in the losing effort. For Springs Valley tonight, as they improve to 2-0, so the second consecutive year in which the Hawks have been able to start the conference at 2-0. Last year they did it with home games. This year they won them both on the road at Mitchell 10 days ago, and then here at the Doghouse tonight. A little more balanced than what the Bulldogs had. 2 players in double figures. Braden Whitaker, 7 field goals, 1 out of 3 at the free throw line, a 15-point night for Braden, also a senior. So again, these seniors, games like this mean so much to them. Christian Tucker with 11, 9 of those coming in the second half of play, including a 3-point field goal in each quarter. And he had a free throw down the stretch as well, as his play helped Valley hold off Orleans. 7 tonight from Ryan Tao, and he quietly continues to get the job done. 3 field goals, 1 out of 3 at the free throw line. Off the bench, Cole Cooper with a basket and 1 out of 3 at the free throw line. Jackson Land, a second quarter field goal for 2. Zach Carnes hit 2 clutch foul shots there in the fourth quarter for his only points to round out the scoring. Trenton McElfresh and Isaac Carnes played in the game tonight but did not score. So again, Braden Whitaker with 15, Christian Tucker with 11 tonight to pace Valley, as again they end a 13-game losing streak here on this floor. Orleans led 12-8 after 1. Valley pulled to within 1 by scoring the final 7 points of the second quarter to get within 20-19 at halftime. We were all knotted up at 30 after 3 quarters, and Valley, even though they built a 7-point lead, had to hang on in the end and pull out a 1-point victory on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 40-39. Let's bring in head coach Michael Leitzman now, and coach, certainly congratulations. Not a lot of Valley coaches that can say they're undefeated against Orleans, albeit just 2 games thus far, but what a game here tonight. You knew Orleans would make a run even when you got the lead, and you guys were able to hang on.
Yeah, it was a really great win. It wasn't easy. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. I thought, you got to have some things go your way and to win a road game like this, and we had some things go our way, so that helped us out. But you've also got to congratulate these kids and how they just fought. This is a game that I don't think we could have won last year. I think we've matured a lot. I think we've grown a lot as a team, and I think it's shown in the first 2 games. We've had 2 really tough road wins, and we don't win those games if we aren't as tough as what I think we are.
How much fun is it to coach in an atmosphere like this? That has to be something when you're in high school or you're in college and you're thinking about it. You know what, maybe I'll coach someday. And then you get a chance to come in here. Your first trip into the Doghouse on the opposing bench. They had the kitchen sink out here. They had a dance team. They had bitty ball playing. They had the band playing everywhere. This place was loud in here. It had to be even louder down there where you are. But just how much fun was it to be a part of one of the biggest rivalries in Southern Indiana?
It was a lot of fun, and I knew that coming in. I've played here before, and I have coached here once with Medora.
Not quite the same atmosphere.
Not quite the same atmosphere.
When the Hornets come to town.
Not a very good result either. It was a 30, 40-point game. But, it was a great atmosphere. It's a great gym, one of the best gyms we have around here. They have a great band, and we had a really good crowd tonight. I thought they had as well. They had a really good crowd, and it was just a great atmosphere. I knew coming in it was going to be a lot of fun, but, once you're in that moment, you realize really how great it is.
strategy-wise, you went ahead and had to struggle a little bit to get the game going the way you wanted to. In fact, I think Orleans controlled the pace of the game. I've been on that side where you're the guy who wants to play faster and the guy that plays slower. I think it's easier to slow a team down than it is to speed a team up. I thought that happened tonight. Orleans was able to control the pace of the game despite the fact that you guys were changing defenses, quite a bit, trying to rattle them a bit. To their credit, they were able to control the game and keeping the game in the 40s where they had to have it.
Right, and that's exactly right. One of our big point of emphasis was we wanted to control the pace. And, I think we only had 50-something possessions against Mitchell, and they're a team that likes, 40 to 50 possession games. We wanted to push that up to the mid-60s, 70s. And, but going in, Coach Bradley does a great job. They're such a disciplined team that there's very few teams that can speed them up. And I thought we did a great job on all our defenses. We just weren't really turning them over and making them take quick shots, and that's just credit to them. They're just so well coached and they're so disciplined that they're going to do that. But I think they control the pace, like you said, but at the same time, I think we're good enough we can play that pace as well. We can score in the half court, and we can defend in the half court. Yes, we wanted to speed it up, but at halftime we went in there and we thought to ourselves, yes, it's a grinded out possession by possession game, but we can play that game.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it wasn't quite in our favor, it still kind of was, because I'm confident in our kids in the half court.
And that's why it's such a big win, because you're able to win a game playing the other guy's style, which is tough to do. Not the exact way you'd want to go about it if you could draw it up the way you wanted it to. But still, that gives the kids confidence later on in the season if they're going to play somebody. Because I think most teams are going to look at your team and go, all right, we need to play it slower against them because they do have some quickness in the backcourt. They do have some athleticism. They have a kid in Whitaker who's very tough to guard. And by the way, I thought Braden was a man tonight.
He was.
Offensively, showed some frustration occasionally when he didn't get the ball when he wanted it.
Yeah.
But when he did get it, he was able to play strong, big boy basketball and get big buckets in a low possession game when baskets were at a premium.
Right. That was a big emphasis at halftime. We knew that he had a mismatch down there and he could score. We wanted to give him the ball. And just like any other good player, he's going to get frustrated when he don't get his touches. So we told our guards, if he's going to work hard, we got to give him some touches. And I thought our guards did a great job of hitting him in the middle when they went zone, and he made some good plays. He was really strong with the basketball. But I'm telling you, we got great effort and contribution from all guys that played. Cole Cooper, Trent McElfresh, and Isaac Carnes. I can't give them enough credit in the world. They come in, they don't know how many minutes they're going to play game to game. And they just do such a great job when they're in there. It's hard to take them out. But in that last game, I just felt like those five, we needed out there for a little bit of scoring and a little bit of ball handling. But those three guys are always ready, no matter what, and I love that about them.
I thought the winning atmosphere, too, that you've started to create here a little bit. You have a winning season last year. You have some success. We know that success is contagious. Your JV went undefeated. A lot of those kids got JV minutes last year, and in a big-type game like this, they're able to somehow, some way, scrounge out a way to win. You get a block shot, you get a loose ball, rebound, off a deflection. Easily could have been, Orleans could have come up with that ball somehow, but they don't, because you make the winning play. Success kind of breeding success. That's just exactly what you want to see.
Oh, yeah, the best way to do that is, like you said last year, we actually have to win those games. We can preach it and encourage it all we want, but if those kids don't actually see the results and actually see themselves win, it's hard to turn that around. So I thought winning 14 games last year in the varsity and our JV having such a successful season like they had, that helps change the mindset. I don't think we win these two games if we hadn't changed our mindset from last year.
Struggling from the outside, the perimeter. I don't think Coach Bradley intended to go zone when the game started, but you were struggling so bad from the outside. You were 9 out of 13 in the first half. We had you in from 2-point range, so you were getting into the paint and having easily production. We were able to get it in there, but 0 for 7 we had you, and then at some point I think you were 0 for 9 until we finally hit a couple big 3-point shots.
Yes.
In the second half.
Yeah, I it's just because it's early in the year, we're struggling to shoot, but we have shooters. We shot the ball really well this summer, and we shoot the ball well in practice. And I told our guys, I don't care if you miss. I told Jackson, I told Christian, I don't ever care if they miss 50 shots and have 25 turnovers next game. We're still riding with them. You are our guys, and you've got to continue to look to be a playmaker, look to be a player, and they will. And those shots will start falling. They're both really good shooters. Braden can step out. I thought all his looks in the first half, I told him at halftime he needed to quit settling, but I thought all his looks, they looked good. They were right on line. And, Zach's been an improved shooter. Ryan Tao can really shoot it. We've got shooters. We just got to start hitting shots. And I think once we hit them, I think right now we're just going through a little bit of a streak. But at the same time, that's encouraging. We're going through a rough shooting drought, and we're still winning games. So it just shows you that this team is capable of grinding out games even when things aren't going well.
Coach, as you come back off of a big victory like this? Is it good to have maybe an opponent like Medora to kind of help? And again, no disrespect to the Hornets certainly, but you got to feel like there might be that chance for that kind of emotional letdown.
There's always that chance, but that's something we're really going to emphasize tomorrow. We don't want that. You know, if we're going to be a great team like we want to be, we've got to be ready to play and play our game no matter who we're playing. And if we come out flat tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset. You'll probably see some quick timeouts because we're too mature for that. We're too experienced for that. We're too good of a team to have those letdowns. And it starts tomorrow night on a back-to-back. We've got to come out, play our game, and have energy right off the bat.
That's what tournament plays like, too. You have a big win on Friday night. You can't celebrate it all night and then come out flat and get killed in the championship game. You got to be able to play good consecutive nights. I'm sure you'll bring that up tomorrow.
Exactly, yeah. We'll definitely touch base on that and understand the importance of it. And it's one of those things you can't just, it's sectional, we'll just turn that switch on. No, you've got to have these weekends like we're having right now and build on that in order to turn that switch on come sectional.
All right. Coach, thanks for the visit. Have a safe trip back to the Valley, and we'll look forward to seeing the team back in action for our home opener tomorrow night.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All righty. And that is Michael Leachman, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest as Valley hangs on for a one-point victory at 40-39. We'll take a quick break and be joined by Orleans coach Tom Bradley. He'll join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
Hi, this is Lynn at Reeser Chiropractic Center. When was the last time you saw your chiropractor? Been a while? It's time to make another appointment. Good health is an everyday concern. It's something that should be worked at. Dr. Lolita is just the person to advise and help you with your own personal health care plan. She's an expert on prevention and good health. Make an appointment today. Call Reeser Chiropractic Center at 812-723-2277.
Back again at Orleans High School, where the Blackhawks able to squeak out a 40-39 victory over their rivals from Orleans on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 40-39. Hawks having to survive a half-court shot attempt by Owen Ray just ahead of the buzzer, and it narrowly missed. Otherwise, it would be Orleans celebrating the victory. And, Coach, I think that's how close it came down to. Certainly credit your kids for battling back. They got down 7 points there in the fourth quarter and nearly found a way to pull this one out.
Yeah, Mike, it was kind of one of those games where we shot the ball early and then we couldn't make a basket, to save our life in a stretch, and then we'd make a few and then Valley go cold. It was just kind of back and forth, a game of runs, and I guess I'd say it was a close game, but I don't know how good it was. I just didn't really think that we played that well, but I give Valley credit for it because Whitaker, I thought, came to play this game a completely different player when I saw him at Mitchell. I thought he did a really nice job of really controlling the game at times.
He was a tough cover for you guys athletically, no question. He's, his size and his strength, and he's able to get the ball in the middle of the paint and yet face up and drive it also. Tough cover for you guys to handle.
He was, and, defensively we weren't very good on him, but he made a lot of things happen.
Now, I disagree a little bit. I thought the game was better played than you thought. You guys were pretty close to even on the boards. You only turned it over, I think, 8 times. I thought Duncan was really, really good for you guys, clearly. And I thought that game plan-wise, you were able to maintain and play well against the variety of defenses. He played a 3-2. He played a 1-3-1. He played some man. He played a 2-3 on the out-of-bounds. I thought for the most part you guys executed and took good shots. You just had, in a low-possession game, just missed a couple that you really had to have.
Well, yeah, you can look at it that way, I guess, but I tell you, when you go a game and you shoot 2 free throws the whole time, it tells me that we're not looking for the shots that we want, and we got to get ourselves to the line more. Last game we shot 40-some free throws. Tonight we shot 2, and a big difference between that is a lot of we just didn't take the ball to the rim. I mean, we just didn't get by people, I guess. I don't know, but we weren't as aggressive going to the glass probably as we should have been. We got out-rebounded on the offensive glass a little bit too much, and I guess I'm just disappointed in that fact. Our game plan was more of getting the ball to the rim, and it just didn't seem like that we did that tonight.
Coach, Kevin brought this up. I thought it was a good point. I thought it in the first half and maybe parts of the second half, you seemed to dictate the tempo. Did Valley kind of force you out of that a little bit as the game wore on?
Well, we had a little bit of trouble with that 1-3-1, and we thought that they would play the second half, and we made an adjustment, and they never went back to it with that 1-3-1 trap. And sometimes that's kind of hard to do in a timeout. Get that, and we got something we do with that, and we showed it to them, and so they kind of changed us into something else, and then we changed to playing a little zone in the second half. Their defenses, I thought, were pretty good. I really did. I wish we would have drove the ball a little more. I thought late in the game we were able to drive the basketball. I don't know why that was, but I think we got to do a better job of that.
We thought, or at least I thought, again, your out-of-bounds game was well done. Got a couple buckets that way. Gherkin got free. I thought you handled the 1-3-1 early in the game very well. They really lost him, their best player, your best player. They lost him in the slot right there a couple different times. Able to jump out and, again, kind of contain the game, play the game the way you wanted to play in terms of the pace.
Right.
I'm sure Valley would much rather play a game with 70 possessions in it. You guys would like to play one in around the 50 possession mark, and I clearly think that you did that. Just got away with you that one little stretch there when the game was tight. They were able to spurt it out, get a 7-point lead on you, and you guys just don't quite have enough firepower to kick all the way back up. Although if Gherkin's able to slide that over to his left hand and get it off the glass and get it to fall, where it's a whole different result right now.
Might have been a lead for us. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? He did everything in his power, I thought, to will us to a victory tonight because he was hitting threes. He was driving the basketball. He made a couple steals. Did a nice job on the rebounds, I thought. We had some guards rebounding the ball pretty well with him and Stalker and Ray, but I don't know, Kevin. We got to be able to shoot the ball better. The thing is, we got guys in practice that can make shots, and then teams are forcing us to a quicker pace in games, as you well know. It's not the same as in practice, and we got to make sure in practice that we're taking. We're being forced to shoot the ball quicker and to get it off under pressure in kind of game-like situations, and that's something we got to work on.
You got to be able to make shots at 8 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and over varsity players that are our size, but also over varsity players that are 6'3" or 6'4", and so we talked about that a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with some of our younger guys. I thought we got some play out of them. Our JV got a big victory again tonight, and I look down here, and there's 5 of our guys down there shooting right now. We got guys that want to learn, and we've got guys that want to play. It's just the process. I mean, it really
I want to talk about your press a little bit. You're down 7. You're able to get a drive, cut it to 5, get the timeout called. Then you did a little bit unique, and I wondered if it's something you saw in your scouting of the Valley in the summer and then in their first game, that you didn't really trap them in that full court pressure. They kind of went by you, and then you came from behind trying to backstep it. That looked like a clear, that's what we're going to do type move. It didn't happen by accident.
Well, they stepped the guy out of bounds, and we knew that. And then the next time they called timeout, and we said, okay, they're probably going to do this again, so let's beware for it. And we were just trying to hurry them. We're not big enough to trap and get our hands around people and stuff. We're just trying to really rush them hard and then try to jump somebody in front of them, kind of slow them down a little bit. So you're right. I mean, that's kind of what it looked like there and what we were doing. I don't know that we really wanted that guy to go a full head of steam down through there, but it seemed like it worked. We got a couple turnovers out of it.
I guess the nice thing, Coach, you don't have a whole lot of time to mull over this. You come right back again tomorrow, and I don't think a lot of coaches would want to trade schedules with you over the next 3 opponents with Bar Reeve, North Harrison, and Northeast DuBois. Actually, Northeast DuBois next Friday,
right.
And then North Harrison on Saturdays. 3 teams that are going to probably have very good years.
Yeah, I think so. And Bar Reeve is a team that's you know what you're going to get when you get there, and they played tonight, and we did too. So there won't be a lot of prep for them, but we played them so many times that we pretty much know what each wants to do. It's just going to be over there and not get outworked. I mean, that's the whole key over there is just not get outworked. Last time we played them here last year, we played one of our better games. I think we had the lead with 2 minutes to go and ended up dropping that one. And now we get to go on the road and see what we're made of. We're going to have to play really, really well to win. With a 6'8" sophomore now that weighs 240. he's a load in there. So we got to figure something out.
It would seem to be a tough matchup for your smaller guys at this point.
Well, yeah, it is. And you know, as a freshman, he was a big kid last year too. So definitely look at that film and see what we can get done.
Thanks once again for outclassing me on the threads, by the way.
Well, I didn't even compete. Yeah. I'm on the radio. Nobody's going to see me.
I'm not sure what you mean outclass. I got school colors on anyway, don't I?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, black suit, that covers both schools, see, and then the red ties, so with a little bit of white in there for Valley, so
there you go.
Got to be right down the middle, but gave us a great game tonight, Coach. I know somebody had to lose it tonight, but...
Well, you know, we've won our share, and those things happen, and really those kind of things just make you better teams. You know, we'll see how we can bounce back.
That's the key. You know, you're playing some great teams, and it can't help but make you better, and you're going to certainly need that as the season wears along.
Well, it's not a sprint. I mean, and with this group, obviously it's not a sprint. We got to take our time and figure things out and get better with each game.
All right, best wishes to the team tomorrow night against Bar Reeve, Friday against Du Bois. We'll look forward to carrying your game when you go down to North Harrison a week from tomorrow night.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
All righty. Tom Bradley, the head coach of the Orleans Bulldogs, joining us after the contest tonight as Springs Valley able to pull it out 40-39 over the Orleans Bulldogs, surviving a last-second shot attempt from half court by Owen Ray to pull out the victory. I know the Valley players don't want to miss the bus, so we won't keep them long, but let's bring in a couple of the guys that were significant in the win tonight. Let's start off with senior Braden Whitaker. Congratulations, Braden, on the victory here tonight as you close out your career. Last year was a big win to end the streak, and another one dropped here tonight as well. But even though you had 15 points, I think the biggest play of the game you made was that block on Duncan Gherkin there as they look for the lead. Just take us through that again.
Well, I don't know how much time was left. I mean, it was running down, obviously less than 10 seconds, but Bradley's calling off some play, and I didn't even try to figure out what the play was because you know Duncan Gherkin's going to get the ball. So he took Zach off the dribble, and Zach did a good job just trying to stay in front of him for the most part, but then he got around him, and I saw the shot go up. I was like, it's mine. So I went up and got it. We got the rebound, got fouled, missed the free throws, unfortunately, but ended up with the W, so that's good.
This is the second straight game in which it's been even most of the way through three quarters, and then just like last week at Mitchell, you got the run out on the Jackets to get that lead. Now, you did a better job last week of sustaining that lead than this week. Did Orleans do anything different to get themselves back in the game?
I don't think so. I think the big part of it was last week we had a lead. Mitchell didn't make any shots, so we were able to keep that lead. Tonight, Isaac Moore hit a very clutch shot in the corner. I mean, that was on me. I should have been out there on that guy, but there's only so much I can do. I was getting screened, and and then they started fouling. They were down two. We got I thought was a bad carry call called on us, but they got the ball. I don't know what happened from there. And then they started fouling. We missed free throws, and you know, you got to, in these kind of games, you got to make free throws. You don't really notice it in not so close games, but tonight, this is when the free throws count.
Yeah, the best thing about it is you guys get to learn from it without having to take the bitter pill of a long bus ride home. It's only a 30-minute drive, 25-minute drive on the bus, but it would have seemed like 4 hours if that bank shot would have gone in there. But you really had, and Coach Bradley talked about it in his interview, they had no answer for you. You were able to control the game offensively. They really had no chance to stop you. You showed a little frustration occasionally when you didn't get the ball within a course of a possession, but you're able to at least to gather it up and get it later in some times, and I thought you did a good job in the second half, particularly of not settling for shots and taking the ball to the rim where they couldn't handle you.
Yeah, no, I was getting, like you said, I was getting a little frustrated, but I know they're not going to be. I mean, even I miss some open players sometimes, but that's just part of it. I was getting the ball in the middle, and that's my game right there.
When they went to that 2-3 zone second half, you guys were struggling from the perimeter. You were able to slide in there in a big, crucial time what I would call a Kansas cut. You got it twice, where you started on the wing. Coach Leitzman moved you to the wing. I think that was a strategic move.
Yeah.
And then you're able to flash in the middle from there, a little bit harder for them to cover, rather than you being in the the inside or coming from the low block. So you come from the wing, plot in there, and got two big buckets, cut the ball in the run and scored. That was a nice strategic move by him, and a good job of you by finishing the shot, not panicking because you were so wide open, and go ahead and making it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to expect me on the wing. They're not expecting me to run a flare screen for me, and I'm not going to shoot a three. So Tuck does a good job of knocking those down off those flare screens, and I mean that just helps me get open more because they know Tucker's going to use the flare screen and get open, hopefully knock it down. But Jackson Land did a good job of hitting me, and I made the shots.
And Braden, how important will it be tomorrow night for the home opener that you guys will be physically playing Medora, but hopefully not mentally be thinking still about this game?
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we get out to a big lead on Medora, so we only have to play some of the game. But you don't know what Medora has this year. I haven't seen much on them. I know they're well coached and Mark Moore, and so I don't know what they'll have.
And there's very little in life Mark would rather do than beat Springs Valley.
Exactly.
So we know we have that kind of history there. So got to be ready for the Dogs. You're right. You don't know who they have. Sometimes their roster is kind of transient from year to year.
Yep.
They played tonight. They have a rival game too against Crothersville. No score on it yet, but you got it's your home opener. You're 2-0. You got Big Mo. The last thing you want to do is go out and really struggle tomorrow night, play bad. They end up running those bleachers on Monday. Nobody wants to do that. You need to come out and play. That's you as a senior now. You get to play that leadership role, not just tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon whenever you guys have your walkthrough about the game, but on social media tonight. You got to be able to convince your teammates not to take them lightly. It won't be easy because you know how it's been on the other end when people say, hey, can't take Medora lightly, and yet you do because you know how it's going to be. But as a senior now, it's your job. Get everybody ready to play.
Yeah, we're going to come in, and I'd say we'll walk through right before the game, shoot around, that kind of stuff. But, I'm gonna make sure that we come out strong tomorrow because that's the worst thing you can do. You need to use these games to make sure we're ready for next week's game. So, I think we play Crothersville next week, and they're good this year. They have some good players.
All right, Braden, thanks for stopping by. Congratulations. Always fun to beat your rivals, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All righty. Braden Whitaker, senior, 15 points tonight to lead the Hawks in scoring as Valley prevails by 1. Let's bring in junior guard Christian Tucker. A 1-point night here tonight, and I think the most important thing, Christian, you finally got that first three to drop. Everybody knows you're one of the best pure shooters around, and it's just going to be a matter of time. So what did it feel when that three finally dropped for you?
It's a great feeling. About time. Didn't shoot the ball well last year in varsity, and I knew coming in this year I needed to knock down some shots now that I'm starting, and we're going to need a lot more scoring out of me this year.
I pose this to Braden. I'll ask you, just like last week against Mitchell, close for 3 quarters, and then you kind of got a little separation. The difference, Mitchell wasn't able to come back. Orleans got it close. What was the difference?
We just stick together as a team and don't let anything get to us. The fans, refs, just come together and do anything to get the win.
Cut the ball on the hop on your ones that you made. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Cut the ball on the hop. That's generally what a good shooter does if they can. A lot of the mediocre shooters have that step. You cut it on the hop twice, the ones you made. I think it's part of your shooting struggles, and when you look at it on tape, if you really break it down, it's going to be the fact that how you caught the ball.
Yeah.
It's not going to be how you shot it, it's how you caught it. You had a couple where you had the, right, left step, don't have quite the same rhythm. That's something to work on. Work on catching it on the hop, go right into it. I bet your coaches, including your dad, probably, or hopefully, may have noticed that and got you working on that.
Yeah, my dad's always on me about energy into my shot, and sometimes I tend to shoot it flat-footed, and I'm fading away, and I just got to step into my shot and knock it down.
So you got to continue to work on that, and you got to work on making sure we get on the line, because that was one of the big fly in the ointment right there. The struggle tonight, the reason the game ends up being close is our free throws were not very good, and I'm not saying that necessarily was you, although you had your struggles as well. 6 out of 14, I think we were as a team. Got to lock that up a little bit going into the future.
Yeah, we got to work on that practice. We focus in more when we're shooting free throws and not be messing around so much.
Now, a couple different things from you as a guy who's playing as a lead guard. You're not really you guys don't have a true point guard because you're sharing the role a little bit. But two things. One, you guys changed defenses a ton tonight, perhaps more than I've seen a Valley team, do. You played probably 5 or 6 different varieties of defense. Your job, I assume, communicating with everybody else. Talk a little about the struggle or the effort it takes to make sure everybody knows what you're in, possession by possession.
Well, mainly it's just you got to talk on the court and what you're in. You got to come together, and everybody's got to know their role on the court and who the shooters are and what spots they need to get to. And we had to switch a lot of defenses because Gherkin got pretty hot on us, and we tried to do a lot of different things to contain him.
Yeah, 1-3-1 early didn't look too good, but he kept those 2 slot shots wide open, knocked them in. That kind of set the tone for how the game was going to be played, I thought, because you got you guys behind the change a little bit, to use a football term, and they got to be able to dictate it there because they were playing from the lead.
Yeah, we knew coming in that it wasn't going to be an easy game, and we needed to come in here and face adversity and get the win.
How much fun was it to play? You ever been a varsity guy in this floor, in that kind of atmosphere up until now, and maybe you always know you've been going to games forever, you know how it is, but it's got to be different when you step on the floor and there's 2,500 people in here and the band's playing loud and they've got every drill team, dance team girl that ever even thought about dancing on the floor in the pregame, and you look up here and it's just a sea of people. That's got to be fun.
Oh, it's the best feeling ever. Way better than JV. This is always where I wanted to play.
The key.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, Christian, the key will be to come back against Medora tomorrow night and try to come close to matching the intensity that you guys had tonight.
Oh, yeah, we can't come out flat. We can't take any team lightly this season, and we're going to try to get started off 3-0 like we did last year.
Yeah, you want to impress the home folks tomorrow. You don't want to come out and lay a turd out there tomorrow night and struggle and have Coach Leitsman have you running these bleachers or the Valley bleachers on Monday and Tuesday. You come in, he's all mad, he's all grouchy, he didn't shave all weekend, he's all aggravated. You don't want that. Yeah. You want to come in and go, yeah, we killed Medora, now we're ready to get ready for the next one.
Yeah, hopefully we have a better shooting night and we can get our offense kind of sparked for these next couple of weeks.
All righty, time to let Christian go. Don't worry, though. If the bus has already left, Kevin will be glad to give you a ride home.
Hey, not a problem. We'll stop by 33 Brick and charge a meal to your dad.
All righty. Congratulations on the win, Christian. We'll see you and your teammates tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right. Christian Tucker, 11 points tonight. First 2 threes of the year as well, factoring in big as Valley wins it by 140-39. Kevin, a quick perusal of the final statistics.
A perusal indeed. Orleans shoots 7 out of 15 from 2-point range, 46%, 7 of 17 from downtown, 41% for there. That was very good shooting. 14 of 32 total, 43%. 2 out of 2 from the line. That's the bane of Tom Bradley's existence, just those 2 free throw attempts. But like I said, they were settling for threes, and they made some. They get out rebound. Orleans does 22 to 19 as the Hawks are able to out-rebound them by 3 of those 19, 3 of them on the offensive end. I didn't ask Coach Bradley about it, but I thought strategically that was a really smart move by them to really not go to the offensive glass and instead get back. Orleans turned it over just 8 times. I think that's a remarkable low number this early in the season. That shows good things, I think, in the future for the Dogs. I feel a little better about the performance of Orleans than Coach Bradley did. For Springs Valley, 14 out of 20 at 70%. From 2-point range. A lot of those were Whitaker and other people off the dribble as Orleans had a tough time keeping in front, particularly of the big 6'3" senior. 2 out of 12, though, from downtown, 16%. Both of those made by our last interviewee, Christian Tucker. 16 for 32 total, 50% shooting for the Hawks. From the line, not good. 6 out of 14, that's 42.9%. We out-rebound Orleans by 3, 22 to 19, as I mentioned. 5 of those, 22. On the offensive end. We turned it over just 8 times as well. I want to give these assist numbers as well. 5 assists for us, 3 for them. Each team had a block. Orleans had 3 steals compared to our 2. There were 4 ties in the game and the 4 lead changes, and thankfully, for Valley anyway, there wasn't a 5th lead change as that last half-court heave right there by Ray hit the backboard, hit the front of the rim, came up into the air and looked like it might fall for just a minute before it fell harmlessly to the ground and gave Valley a 40-39 win. That shot reminded me a lot of Gordon Hayward's shot. If you weren't here, Gordon Hayward's shot for Butler against Duke in that national championship game a few years ago, the one that's from half court where he shot it, hit the backboard, looked like it might go in for a minute. Everybody in here, 2,500 people, held their breath as the ball floated into the air, but again, in Valley's group is able to breathe a little easier tonight than Orleans is as they get the 1-point win.
Top shooters tonight for Orleans, Duncan Gherkin, 9 out of 15, including 4 out of 6 from downtown. Braden Whitaker was 7 out of 12. Leading rebounder?
Got some rebound totals for Valley. Leading rebounder was Ryan Tao. He had 6. For Orleans, Duncan Gherkin had 7.
And since we had these numbers as well, Dylan Johnson dished out 2 assists. Duncan Gherkin, 2 assists and 2 steals. Owen Ray had a couple of helpers as well. For Springs Valley, nice to see Jackson land 3 steals, 2 assists. Braden Whitaker, 3 blocks, none bigger than the one on Duncan Gherkin that, had that gone, would have given Orleans the lead back. He also dished out a couple of assists, and Zach Carnes passed out a couple of assists as well tonight.
And the first Friday night of the season, I've got some interesting scores we ought to read. Northeast DuBois beats Dustin Catholic 75-33. No real surprise there. North Harrison, who Orleans will see in a week or so, beats Corydon 56-39. A couple of big upsets around. One of them happened at Crawford County, where the homestanding Wolfpack were celebrating their last year's appearance at the state final, but they took it on the chin tonight to the Jackets of Mitchell, who go on the road and beat my friend Levi Carmichael's Wolfpack 50-47. We will see Medora tomorrow night. They had a rival game with Crothersville. They did not do well. Crothersville 74-41 victories over the Hornets. Paoli beat Henryville 62-55. A near upset at Odin. North Davies beat Shoals 37-35. The Dogs go to Bar Reeve tomorrow. The Vikings win a game at Tecumseh against Kevin Oxley's ball club, 51-39. Big game in Washington County tonight was the Senators against Eastern Pekin, and West Washington wins that one 44-43. Jackson County's big matchup was Brownstown over Seymour. Brownstown beat them by 5, 47-42. Jasper beat Gibson Southern 44-42. And ex-Valley coach Rob Morowski was a huge upset loser tonight against Austin as they lose at home to the Austin Eagles 65-61.
But none of those any more exciting than the one we had here tonight.
I think we had the game of the week, no question, as the longtime rivals played it one more time here in the doghouse, and you couldn't have asked for a closer, more intense, more exciting atmosphere. Those of you who think Hoosier hysteria is dead or dying were not in attendance tonight, and if you were at home listening to the game, we appreciate that, but where were you? You should have been here at the doghouse. You missed one of the great games of the year. Hawks win it 40-39.
Alrighty, they used a 9-0 run after Orleans took the lead at 32-30, only to see the Bulldogs come back, get it to within 1 on a basket by Owen Ray with just under a minute to go, and after a couple of missed free throws, the Bulldogs still had one more shot. They had to go the length of the court in 2.4 seconds. Cooper Stalker inbounded to Owen Ray, who dribbled to just inside the half-court line, let it fly, skipped off the backboard, the front of the rim, and dropped out the front lip. That close to an Orleans victory as the Hawks able to hang on. 22 points tonight for Duncan Gherkin in the losing cause as Orleans falls to 1-1 on the year, 1-1 here at home, and 0-1 in conference play. Hawks had 2 double-figure scores, Braden Whitaker 15, Christian Tucker 11. They're now 2-0 on the year, 2-0 away from home, and they are also 2-0 in conference play, so a good start for Michael Leitzman's ball club. They'll have their home opener coming up tomorrow against Medora, while Orleans will head to Bar Reeve. In junior varsity action tonight, Orleans remained undefeated. They're 2-0 as they beat the Valley B-team squad 50-43. Jared Spears' squad now stands at 0-2. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Orleans High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you, and hope you'll be back with us again tomorrow night for our next edition of Springs Valley Boys Basketball. The Hawks will entertain the Medora Hornets. That'll be a 7:30 start with our broadcast coverage to begin around 7:15. Our next broadcast of the Bulldogs will be a week from tomorrow night. We'll be down in Harrison County in Ramsey as the Bulldogs take on the Cougars. Again, a 7:30 tip there with broadcast time to begin around 7:15. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Holm, our statisticians for tonight's contest, Braden Bush and McKenna Purley. And for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Doghouse in Orleans, where tonight's final score on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard was the Springs Valley Blackhawks 40, the Orleans Bulldogs 39. This is Springs Valley and Orleans High School basketball.
You've been listening to coverage of Springs Valley Blackhawks basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square, 865-4444. Sullivan Financial of Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Busick Insurance in Orleans for home, farm, health, auto, life, and business. Call 865-2626. Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for over 30 years. Weiser Chiropractic in Paoli, the natural way to good health. Smithville, now offering DSL service to customers and fast internet service. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, Jasper, and Paoli. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco Highway 145 in French Lick. And by Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street in Orleans. Springs Valley High School basketball has been a presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to Q100 WFLQ French Lick.